everybody. Here we are again. I'm Tom, and we're going to be discussing tonight about what's going on in Colorado. Uh, we should have, let me give it a couple minutes here to get some people notified. Uh, to let everybody know that we're live. Let's see here. Find the channel. See if we can get some people invited over here real quick. I think we're live. Are we live? I won't let me click on it. Here we are. See if I can bring that up. Grab that link. Hello, son, honey. How are you doing tonight? Hey, G Gab. What's going on? Kimberly. How are you doing? If I would maybe share this out a little bit over on X and over on TikTok. Going to get this sent out. Oh boy. Figure out how to work stuff here. Hey, how's it going? What's going on, everybody? That's good. Let me get this shared out here, everybody. Hold on here. Hey, G Fly. How's everybody doing? Holy mackerel, we already got 59 people in here, 42 over on X. Hello, everybody over on X. How y'all doing? Looks like we got about 17 here on YouTube. Any of y'all on X? I don't know if I can see y'all's comments. If anybody would comment over there, I'd greatly appreciate it. So I can see if the comments are coming through. If they're not, and I don't respond to you, please come over to YouTube. I'll be dropping that link. Can somebody go over and drop that on my post for this live? Let's see here. See who else I can send this to. To share it out, text it out. So I can see you. Yes, I can. Sweet things. Hello, Jesse. How are you doing? You got 73 people in here. So, what we're going to be discussing is this whole thing about the Hells Angels going to Aurora. Um, so far, I haven't seen any real proof of that, and people are taking a lot of videos of motorcycle rallies and motorcycle video. I've seen stuff that looked like it was from back in the 90s floating around, and I'm going to be showing this stuff because here's the reality. I believe this is a big psyop, a big psyop. Okay. Um, Matter of fact, we've got an interview that was done by the Aurora. The Aurora. I know who you are over there. I know. Yes, and here's the thing. You have to think about it like this. Everybody's falling for this, and we're probably going to have a couple of guests over here tonight. Um, that we've got a lot of people that's debunking this whole thing. So, the video of the hallway and everything else, the police are investigating that. We don't know what that is. We don't even know if that's from Aurora, California, you know. And this is the reality of things. People are taking clips of stuff and making shit up. This is the reason why they're going to wind up trying to take down social media because everybody buys into the bullshit. All right. So we're going to look at this. I mean, if people got information, you think you've got information on something, let's look at it. Let's look at it, at the reality of it. Let's dig on it, okay? Because there's another one too that somebody's got something where supposedly these guys busted into a house with some story. I tell you right now, I don't believe everything, and more especially if it's on mainstream media, right? Why would the mainstream media or the news be spinning stuff about these supposed illegal immigrants that everybody's calling them, right? Coming over here. And it's all to mess with your mind. And I'll be quite honest with you, I think it's more or less the standpoint to see and prove that people are really racist, okay? And they can use that against us as ammunition. All right. I mean, we were discussing this last night about these individuals. I don't agree with the way they're coming across the border. Okay. I don't. But we have to go to reality, how they are being manipulated to come up here too. And we've got individuals out there attacking. Okay. And there are bad apples in this group. I believe that. I believe there are criminals in this group. But we're going to show some stuff tonight to explain a little bit more what's going on because some of these people are actually victims as well. Okay. And they're being victimized and into doing things that, we would see as criminal. So, yeah, see who bites the data collect up. Right. Right. I mean, when you're posting false videos and images and stuff like that, I mean, why do you think the Aurora governor said, "I think this is all in everybody's imagination"? imagination, because people are making shit up. And one of the questions I had last night on the live, why haven't we seen one one of these victims on TikTok making the live? And somebody said, well, this property owner did some kind of a live or whatever, or was on some show talking about they're collecting the rent and everything else. They took over this stuff. Well, there's actually video out there where the police department has went by these apartment complex that's supposedly overrun, and the tenants there don't know what the hell they're talking about. And that's the reason why the police said they are investigating this stuff. So are we, and the question tonight is this, are we being manipulated? Because here's another fun fact. Right now, there is a big biker rally in Colorado. There's one that just ended. There's Four Corners biker rally. And then this guy, Alien, okay, that everybody's talking about, that they're going to meet Alien, okay? Well, that's the biker guy's name. And they're doing a ride for sobriety. I found his channel. They're not going, that nowhere did they say, they're saying they're heading out west, right? Nobody is saying, he never said he was going to Colorado, but people are taking clips of his stuff and putting stuff on it and making fake videos. What do we got over here? Let's see. Oh, yeah. And tomorrow's Memorial Day. Do you know how many bikers? I'm a biker. Me and my wife got, or tomorrow's not Memorial Day, it's Labor Day, right? Me and my wife got married at a biker rally on Labor Day. So today is our 17th anniversary. Okay. Today is our 17th wedding anniversary. And I've talked to some of my biker friends and they don't know what the hell. And I'm going to tell you right now, you know who does security at that biker rally where we got married? The Banditos. I'm not a member of the Banditos, but I know a lot of Banditos, and a lot of Banditos know my wife. Matter of fact, the head guy that was here in Oklahoma City, um, very good friend of mine, but they they're not going to fucking Aurora, Colorado. Yes, Lloyd, right there. You are absolutely right. And what's going on here is you've got these NGOs that have went down to these foreign countries. Now you think about it. How long has the Venezuelans been going through what they've been going through? Okay. They do not know our laws here in this country about coming across the border and doing it legally and everything else. There are literally people that's investigating this stuff going down here in these countries. They've shown the flyers that are being handed out to these people. Some of these people live on the street. Some of these people live in little shacks. They're only making 50 cents a freaking day, if that, or a week. So the reality of it is here that we are being manipulated. We are going out on the attack of these people that are being used, offered all this money and everything else, brought up here certain ways, brought to those points at the border to cross over and being picked up by buses and shipped all over the country. Then they're given the benefits and everything else. But it's no different than what's going on in the UK with the Muslim community that's there. They were given by the government, the ones shaking the jar up here. They got the red ants and the black ants in the jar and they're shaking it. Now we're going to go unalive one another. So let's see here what we got going on here. Anybody else? Can anybody else comment over on X so I can see if I can get anybody? Because I get sweet things. I don't know if you got to be following me um, to comment over there, but hell, we're showing right now 72 people over on 79 people over on X watching right now. So, and 67 people. I've got to get this message over on TikTok real quick and see if a few of my friends over there is going to come over here tonight. I'm hoping I can get Punisher back up here tonight. A lot of people liked him. Let's see here. Profile. Torch. Live. Now. Send that out. Matter of fact, I might just hop over here real quick because I really want everybody. I really want everybody that if you've got any more information, there's Gary. You're over there. CG Gab. WEF. Oh, I know. Absolutely. So we've got a bunch of people here. I'm going to throw on the TikTok. So I got to be careful what I say while we're live, but I'm going to see if I can get some more people from TikTok over here. Hopefully. Talk on. Five. Oh, damn, something about me on the bed. Let's see here. Sorry, guys. We're gonna get some stuff going here in a minute. But we're just gonna share this out, see if we can get more people over here, and we're gonna expose this bullshit. Let's see here. Title: uh, Hell's Angels heading to Aurora, Colorado. Get that full. Boy, they sure do limited you on what you can put in your title. Just go live real quick. One 178 people. All right. Awesome, guys. You're awesome. 89. Oh boy, we're matching on X and on Google, on YouTube. So I'm not seeing anybody else's comments over on X. Like I said again, I don't know if it has to do with whether or not you're following me, but it's GWT333 on YouTube. If you want to comment, if you want to throw a link in, you got some information you want to share. If you've seen anything, you've been there actually, or you're in Aurora and you've actually seen anything, we want you to come on here. We want you to come up and say something, because we don't need something stupid firing off. We know for a fact that they're going to do something to try to stop these elections. We got 2 more months to go. I feel like they're going to try to do something stupid, get us to do something stupid in order to, hey, North Dakota, how you doing? So everybody over here on TikTok that's coming in right now, we've got a great live going on over YouTube, GWT 333 on YouTube. Come on over and join us. We're going to be discussing what's going on with this thing going on in Colorado. Um, we've supposedly got the Hells Angels supposedly going to Colorado. And so far, I haven't seen any proof of that. And I've got proof to say the otherwise, that people are being manipulated. And we're going to be doing this over here on YouTube tonight and on X. If you don't have a YouTube channel, same name over on X, GWT333. Just like my name up there at the top of the board. I won't be staying on here very long. I'm just getting a message out over here. We've got right now about 226 people over on X. They're sharing it out. We're going to get a big audience in here, and we're going to look and we're going to dig into what's going on here, because we truly believe people are being manipulated, and there's too much information to counter what is being spread out by creators and everything else. I'm a fellow biker. I know I've already talked to several friends of mine that are bikers. They're not going up there. They're going to do their rallies for Labor Day and all this other stuff. There's a couple rallies going on in Colorado. I think one just ended, and there's one supposed to be starting. Hold on here. Let me show you. So I don't like people falling for misinformation. Hell, I don't like falling for misinformation. I know all of us don't, right? Oh, you don't have any power? Okay. All right. So please come over and join us on YouTube, GWT 333, because we're going to start showing some stuff over here shortly. That I just want people to see facts, not fiction, because people are jumping to conclusions. I mean, people are saying the Venezuelans, and that's the other thing here. They're saying these Venezuelans. How do you know it's Venezuelans? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not saying there's not a Venezuelan gang, and I'm not saying that they're not doing criminal activity, but I don't think it's what everybody's being told. So, hold on just a second. I don't know if y'all can hear that TV in the background. I'm going to go turn it around because I know my wife can't hear it. So, I'll be right back. All right. Okay, I'm coming back. So, again, everybody over here on TikTok, I'm about to shut this one down because I'm about to start sharing stuff. If you want to come join us on YouTube, GWT333. All right. Because we're live right now. We've almost got 300 people in the live. And we're going to start sharing some stuff and see if we can bring up a few guests over there. Come on over, join us. We'd be glad to have you. Talk to you later. think Dagwood just took, I seen Dagwood come up over there. He said he's going to be watching on X. Because here.
Started out with 9 this morning.
So this is the
Ended up
one.
with, 10 more. We're headed west.
So this is one of the guys that's alien, okay? So people are putting it out that he's going to see the aliens, and then these other biker groups are saying they're going to go try to find alien, okay? And people are taking it as illegal aliens, but this biker's name is freaking Alien, okay? All right, so I'm going to pull that one up there and to show what I'm talking about because I just favorited that one. We'll pull up TikTok. We'll go to favorites. Recycle that. Favorites. And where did it go? Maybe if I repost it. I don't know why it's not pulling up over here.
All right.
Favorites, repost. There he is. So let me share my page. Take that iMessage. Well, absolutely, Daniel, and that's the whole point. Um, I mean, I'm going to show y'all some stuff that's crazy. Okay, so let me pull this up. I got to share my page. Share TikTok. So
We started out with 9 this morning. And we ended up with, 10 more. We're headed west. Catch y'all later.
So y'all see right there, and this is where people are trying to spin it that this bike, and I've seen the videos where they've put stuff over the top of it that this guy right here is heading to Colorado. Well, if you read over here, he says aliens are purple, right? Well, clean and sober, survivor, um, survivor stuff, all this other stuff, clean and sober, MC. I mean, this guy is not going to Colorado, to Aurora, but people are trying to spin it on his videos that he is. Let's see here. Here's more videos of them riding. Same thing. Nothing about Aurora, Colorado over here on the hashtag.
One of my favorite places to eat when I'm headed out west. Taco Casa.
Here's another one.
I say we got about 100 bikes in this pack right now. Stop for a minute. We'll roll some dice.
We're over here commenting.
Back down to it.
Okay. Again, same hashtags up here. Nothing that says anything about Aurora, Colorado. But people are over here posting, thank you, each one of the real men standing up and protecting the U.S. citizens. God bless you all. Ride safe. Rumor has it you are all headed to Colorado. Rumor, right? Rumor. Y'all headed to Colorado? Handle business, brother. I mean, Come on, guys. There's nothing going on. Hold on, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you something. Okay, we're going to go. Let's see here. We'll go to. Uh-oh. Restream. We'll share page. X. Share. Let's see here. So, do y'all see this? August 29th, September 1st, 2024, Four Corners Motorcycle Rally, Durango, California. That's where the bikes are going. Then there's another one, September 5th through September 7th, Rocky Mountain Hog Rally, Grand Junction, Colorado. Okay? Tomorrow's Labor Day, Labor Day. These bikers are going to rallies. Let's see here. Some more. Right here.
Quite a few of our officers out here that are out here tonight. I stopped by here at 12th and Dallas, got quite a few of our officers out here that are out here tonight again. I've been out here for several weeks, making contacts with our residents, reassuring them about the criminal activity that's happening here and how we're going to address it. We're out here, we want to reassure the people that live in this community that we are actively investigating criminal activity that's happening and listening to them to so that we can learn anything that we're missing. You know, what are we missing, and actually find out what exactly is going on. We're out here because we care. I mean, nobody should be wearing this uniform if they don't care. And we want the residents and the people that live here to know that we care. We've been talking to the residents here and learning from them to find out what exactly is going on. And there's definitely a different picture. I'm not saying that there's not gang members that don't live in this community, but what we're learning out here is that gang members have not taken over this complex. We've really made an effort to the last few days to just really ask the specific questions and the direct questions in terms of the gang activity and who's actually making sure that people aren't paying rent to gang leaders or gang members, that's not happening. And we've discovered here today and yesterday talking to so many residents that that's not the case. We've been talking about, and they've been sincere with us. We really believe that they are sincere with us. And we're standing out here, and I can tell you that gang members have not taken over this apartment complex.
See what I'm saying? That's from the Aurora Police Department. Everybody's sitting here saying they're not doing anything. They're going around to these apartment complexes, and people are spinning shit in the sense that, oh, they're not doing nothing, they're not checking this out. Okay, I've seen plenty of this stuff, and there's not, and everything that I've seen, matter of fact, here's another guy from over here on TikTok that's right there in Aurora that's went to a couple of these. Stop that. Oh. Profile, go favorites. Right here, this guy right here. Hold on here. I'm gonna stop sharing that screen.
I'm out here because I couldn't believe the shit they were saying about those Venezuelans taking over apartment complexes, man. Sitting on top of the roofs with AR-15s. As y'all can see, I'm right here in Aurora, Colorado right now. That's Aurora Police. Say, man, Ain't shit going on out here like that. Don't believe that. That shit is all hype, man. Ain't nothing taking place like that. I literally just drove down Colfax. That's the street it's supposed to be taking place on, over there off of Colfax, and I believe 17th. Ain't nothing popping. My people, as you can see, I'm right here in.
Okay, how do you know that wasn't one of those little street takeovers where people were racing? Okay. How do you know that wasn't somewhere? Yeah, there was a bunch of kids. Matter of fact, okay, the stores that were robbed, cops are lying. I'm here. I see it firsthand. They just blocked the street for a bit, but that's it. And I'm hold on here somewhere. The cops are lying. I'm here. See it firsthand. They just blocked off the streets for a bit, but that's it. And by the way, there's 3 apartments. You're only hearing about one. Okay, yeah. And I saw a video yesterday where some girl went and to one of these apartment complexes and said that it's overrun with Venezuelans. And she showed 3 cars that were beat up that were supposedly Venezuelans. Okay, supposedly Venezuelans. All right. And she said, and this is what she said. And the person that told her that the Venezuelan gang, why haven't we, okay, can you tell me something? Why haven't we seen any videos from any victims that this has supposedly happened to? Okay. Why have we not seen any victims on TikTok, X, anywhere? What do you think? Are you telling me in one of these apartments they're in one crazy redneck that might have some pew pews or something like that and decided to somebody's invading his house that he hadn't uh, done something and you hadn't seen nothing like that? I'm not saying there's not criminal activity. Okay. I'm going to show a video about that as well. But the reality of it is the mindset that people's getting here and being manipulated to believe bullshit's going to happen, and it's not. I was in that convoy 2 years ago that went to DC that was supposed to go shut down and everything else. Guess what? That didn't happen. We just did circles around the Beltway, right? Supposedly there was a whole bunch of bikers that was coming to join us. We will go in and shut down DC. Guess what? Never fucking happened. Everybody wants to believe the hype. Okay. Did I not just show you that? Did I not just show you all that? There's 2 biker rallies right now going on in Colorado. A Four Corners biker rally. That don't mean that they're going to Aurora. That's what we're talking about. I mean, there's shit being spread around here. So much bullshit. It's unreal. But I want to go to another video here and pull up. But I played the one about the police department. I mean, maybe that's the reason why the mayor is sitting here, or not the mayor, but the governor saying, I think most of this is in everybody's imagination because people are making up fake shit using fake video. That's the reason why the fucking elite sit around and laugh at us because people are so fucking gullible. Excuse my language. And the way I look at it is this: if that is going on in Colorado, well, Colorado made itself a sanctuary city, Denver and all that shit. maybe y'all need to go handle some stuff with y'all's public officials there, put them on notice and everything else. I haven't seen one thing from the sheriff's department. What's kind of weird. Has anybody talked to the sheriff over there? I don't want X. I want TikTok. Sorry, but I'm watching this stuff and I'm just seeing how easily manipulated people are. Colorado, see, a buddy of mine sent me the video of this, that's a couple years ago. And look, people there, this summertime, people here are wearing jackets, thicker coats, long sleeves, most of them. In this heat, come on. Let's hear.
Meine Papas Basini, bin im Atlas Rahimi. Mach Haschblatt oder mit Aschraf, ganze Nacht bei Scalini. Ich mach dir Dope, klar mit Boot von Tanja Coast, ganze großes Drama, Low, was von Europäer. Wenn du bis jetzt noch nicht reich bist, dann wirst du es nie. Sitz bei Patrick am Schreibtisch mit Birkenstock Jeans. Amsterdam, Antwerpen, Word über News, entweder reich oder
to Colorado. Oh, here's one here. This whole ass video. Now this is made in the USA official Highway to Hell HDD. Okay? And here's a few other people.
Now, the Hells Angels heading to Colorado to infiltrate the Venezuelan gangs that are taking over supposed apartment complexes. That sounds like a cool movie. But only time will reveal what's bullshit and what's fact. Because right now, while they're supposedly traveling to Colorado, well, this weekend there's a big rally, a bike rally in Durango, Colorado. Like I said, time will tell what's bullshit and what's fact. So let's see. Like, the cops are going to let hundreds of those Hells Angels travel down the road with arms and ammo. Come on, man. Now, the Hells Angels heading to Colorado to infiltrate the Venezuelan gangs that are taking over supposed apartment complexes.
Here's another
So I
person.
see a lot of people calling these Venezuelan organizations gangs, but that's actually a misnomer. If you know what I know, because I've been keeping track of this gang since 2015. I don't know if you guys know, but there was a guy called Hugo Chavez, who's the president of Venezuela. When he died, power was retained and then sustained by Nicolas Maduro, who through the enforcement of legal arms ban, he took weapons away from the people.
So I want to address some of you guys over here. So Frank Rigsby, can you prove it? Do you have receipts? Do you have victims? Okay. Do you have any victims? Can you prove it? Anybody? Python, can you prove it? Do you have evidence? Okay. Do you got video? If you do, my email address, here, I'll put it in here. You can send me video of what you're talking about. Okay. That you took personally and witnessed. If you're an eyewitness like you say you are, prove it. Okay. I don't just go by what somebody says. I want to see receipts, cold, hard receipts. Period. Here, I'll give you my email address and you can send me this stuff if you want to. And I'll pull it up. Just let me know if you sent it. Absolutely. We got a lot of Target parking lot. So here's another thing. I pulled up the article. I read the articles about the pew pew stores that were robbed. Guess what? Those are smash and grab, and those were teenagers, as what the police report says. They've already made a couple of arrests, and they're looking for the rest of them. Teenagers. No, I just think people are being manipulated to show how, uh, basically, so the left can show how racist everybody is, because that's technically it. Because somebody puts Venezuela, you can't even prove to me that these are Venezuelans. It's real because you say it is. It's real. Absolutely, Brad S. What's real? Commerce City, Aurora. I'm not saying there's not any crime going on. We got somebody else up here. Oh no, that's just my other deal. But I'm gonna finish playing this right here for everybody. We'll start it over. I'll let this guy explain some things.
So I see a lot of people calling these Venezuelan organizations gangs, but that's actually a misnomer. If you know what I know, because I've been keeping track of this gang since 2015. I don't know if you guys know, but there was a guy called Hugo Chavez, who's the president of Venezuela. When he died, power was retained and then sustained by Nicolas Maduro, who through the enforcement of legal arms ban, he took weapons away from the people, and then after the people no longer had weapons, Nicolas Maduro then appointed himself supreme leader. So literally, he's been in turn for like 10 years. And nobody can replace him because nobody has the artillery or the weapons to go against the only people in the country that do have weapons, which is 1, the military, 2, the police, and 3, an organized group of Venezuelan gangsters that work for Nicolas Maduro, known as Tren de Aragua. These people, they extort their own people, they traffic. So first you have to understand that the majority of the members of this gang, they're not bad people at all. I know that sounds ironic considering what you've been hearing in the news, but the fact is that the way the Tren de Aragua sustains power and control over these people and has them committing these heinous crimes is because, 1, they bring them over, they charge them $30,000. They put the men to do gang-affiliated activities, robbing, extortion, murder for hire, kidnapping, ransom, etc., etc. The women that are brought over are forced into sexual trafficking until the people or the bosses in this chapter are happy with the profit that they've made off of these females. Now, people are like, why not just run away? Why not just tell the government? Why not just run to the police and tell them what's going on? Here's the thing, that the way they sustain control is because back in Venezuela, they know who the family members of all of these individuals are. So when they signed on for the coyotes to bring them over here to the United States of America, they already had enough information about them and any collateral damage, including who their family members are, in case they refuse to cooperate with repayment or repayment plans, because they can say, we don't want the money, we want your services, and they have to do it. So these criminal activities that are happening with these Venezuelan gangs are because the gangs, or the international criminal organization that is committing these domestic terrorist activities, not only in the United States, but also in Colombia, also in Argentina, also in Bolivia, also in Chile, the same organization. Now, think about this. How can an organization made up of only 5,000 people have such a grave impact? And it is because they're controlling. These people are pawns. They're holding their families hostage in Venezuela and forcing the men to be gangsters and forcing the women to sell their bodies in order to repay back the coyotes that brought these people out here. It's all an organization made up of 5,000 people impacting hundreds of thousands of Venezuelans. These are the facts. And anybody that's from Venezuela knows that I'm speaking the truth. So I see a lot of people calling these
All right.
Venezuelan.
So, and this is some of the stuff that we've seen going on, that it has been reported about. I mean, shit, we got 80,000 children's missing right now that the government has lost that's came across the border. You know, the point is here, yes, these people are having to do things. I mean, I can tell you right now, I had a buddy that is from Mexico, and he was talking about the cartels, and he says that if he has to send money to Mexico because the cartels threaten him and his family. And that's, you know, he's over here working, and the point is that they have to do things to fucking send money to these guys or they will kill their family, you know? And this guy owned a restaurant. So the reality of it is here, a lot of people are making a lot of shit up, you know? And I'm not saying, I did not say there's no crime happening. I'm not saying that. But I'm telling you right now, people are believing too much hype. And the other issue you have to understand here, okay, look at just what happened in the UK with that protest they had over there. They had a guy speak up on the deal. He stirred everybody up. Then he gets arrested, okay, and they're all protesting the Muslims in their country. And what I'm getting at is this: look at the people who are shaking the jar, right? All right. Look at the people who are shaking the jar. You got the red ants and the black ants, right? So there's so much misinformation floating around. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you're on one of these platforms and you are pushing, because I've already seen videos of individuals that are supposedly veterans and stuff talking about, uh, you know, with their gear and everything else to go take these guys out. You know what I'm saying? There, and I, you know, you don't know if they're trying to manipulate people to do things as well. When you are sitting here and you are pushing out propaganda, okay? When you're pushing out propaganda, what is in the jar? Red ants and black ants, okay? They'll live in a jar just fine, peacefully, until somebody shakes the jar. So I'm sorry I had to explain that to you. So the reality of it is, um, if you are posting stuff, trying to get people to go do things, threatening to do things, one of these days you have to realize all this stuff is being recorded and there's going to be a knock knock on your door. Period. More especially if you are instigating things to happen. Now, if this, and I said last night, if this stuff is really going on, if you were in that area, go talk to your sheriff. All right. Go find out what's going on. We put some stuff and everything else up. If these individuals are not doing their job in your communities, then you can do like bonds for the wind. Go after their bonds, file suit against them, sue your public officials if they are not doing their jobs. But all I'm hearing right now is, hi, didn't we take out Boogaloo Boy oh yeah. Um, the the reality of it is that these individuals, if you're putting out bullshit and you're stirring stuff up, you might be getting set up as well. Absolutely. Hold the government accountable because they're wanting you to look over here. They're wanting you to be make racist because if you're saying illegal aliens, right? Oh, deport the illegal aliens and everything else. They're recording all that. That makes you look like the racist. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when you really look at the concept, who is bringing these individuals into the country? Who is giving them the money to be here? All right. Okay. And see, here's another thing. There's another thing. I see a lot of people say, so and so told me about this. So and so told me about that. So and so. Why don't so and so come and tell us about it? Okay. I didn't say it was fake. I said the hype is fake. Okay. Because, like I said, I haven't seen one individuals, three apartment complexes. You're telling me three apartment complexes. There was one strapped redneck in one of those? One strapped red. There's no strapped rednecks in Aurora, Colorado, or possible bikers, like somebody said. There's a chapter. This shit is real for sure. What's your evidence? Come to Colorado and go to them apartments at night. Why don't you go over there and get some video of it? Get some real evidence. Real evidence. You're there. You say that you're there. Go get some real evidence. Post it somewhere. Share it. Send it to me. I don't want to see made up bullshit. I mean, my really reality of it is Colorado. I mean, I wouldn't go to Colorado to taking. I won't even haul to Colorado because it's a freaking blue state. I stay the hell out of that damn state because I'm not going to go give them any of my tax dollars. I mean, and if there is something going on, all it takes is one idiot to go over there and start some shit, and it's going to be spying on everybody. I mean, my outlook is what I'm showing here tonight, what I'm trying to show here tonight is the standpoint that a lot of these videos that people are sharing are lies. What? What was this here? This is the kind of person that keeps shit like this happening. Who are you talking about? You talking about me? Hey, guess what? Let me tell you something. I'm not the one that allowed the shit to take place in fucking Colorado. The people that live there did. So this is their responsibility to fix their own fucking mess. Period. Y'all asked for them. You asked for them. Take care of your own shit. If you're there, take care of your own damn mess. If it was here in my damn neighborhood, I damn sure would take care of it. And that's where I'm straight up with it. And I mean that for your own corrupt, and I mean that for your corrupt government in Colorado. If you say they're so corrupt, then you go fix them. Period. Oh, I mean, no, I'm sorry that people are, if this stuff are being victims and stuff like that, but you need to stop being a fucking victim. That's the problem. Maybe we need to start having less compassion for victims because the responsibility is yourself to protect yourself. Period. That's the reason why you have things like the Second Amendment, okay, and the First Amendment and the Constitution, okay, to protect you. But if people go out there looking for a fight, let's say like these bikers go up there looking for a fight, that's not defense, that's offense. See, and that's the issue here. That last night when I was talking over here, when you go out and you're defensive, you go out on the attack, you're the bad guy. You are the bad guy. See, our forefathers, I shared on here last night, the whole thing of the redress of grievances and the Constitution and everything. There was a whole list of grievances. I'll be quite honest with you, those grievances look a lot like what's going on right now. But our forefathers did not go to Britain and attack the king. That's the reason why, you remember the Paul Revere, the British are coming, the British are coming. You see? I mean, that's the whole point of it. They were defending themselves. That's what the Second Amendment says. It's for your defense. And you should be able to defend yourself. Do you think back in the old days in the old west that people had a phone they could call the police back in the day? Hey, the Indians are attacking my ass. Can you come help me? No. They had to stand there and fight, the women, the children, and everybody else. Period. No, my outlook is this: I'm trying to keep good people from being manipulated and bullshit being spread around and fake shit being spread around. That's what I'm saying. Here, I'm going to play something for you. I'm going to play something else for you because I want you to understand. Because I've seen a lot of people saying, oh, we need to go overthrow our government, right? Making them comments. And people like those comments and they push that rhetoric, right? But in reality, if you're speaking like that and you are liking that type of stuff, then you can be considered as a terrorist. Okay. Okay. And when you're doing this, I mean, look at what's going over here. Like I said, I'm gonna bring up UK again. You've got the fucking police chief or whatever he is over in the UK saying they're going to try to come after us Americans for sharing stuff and pushing rhetoric online in for the UK. All right. I mean, and I've seen the videos, everybody's like, oh, well, come over here and come get me. You know what I'm saying? Let me pull up. I want y'all to listen to this. And this is a young captain. I played this last night. Some of you might have heard it. Um, actually, I want to.
You know, if it's on the internet, it has to be true. And you got to see that last night. All of a sudden, millions of people are posting, all right, millions might be an exaggeration, but a lot of people are posting that the Hells Angels were going to Colorado to kick Venezuelan gangs' asses. And turned out it wasn't true. But all it takes is one person to post something, and everyone wants to believe it. And that kind of segues into the way this app works. You get people in here that you like, or you think you like, and they say something, and they never say it to the one person's face, but they'll go behind their back and they'll talk to other people and say things about them. And turns out it's not true. But they heard it, so it has to be true because they like the guy. And that's the problem with this app. It's the problem with social media is everyone wants that popularity. Everyone wants to be popular. And they're going to do anything in their power to tear down others just so they can be popular. You don't think it happens? Just watch critically and you'll see what I'm talking about. So y'all have a great day.
I don't know if y'all could hear him very well. That wasn't real loud, but so uh, we'll go down here. Like playing Where is it? Where is it? Right here.
And if these threats and intimidation are not stopped, there is an appropriate time for the National Guard.
So, as a current officer in the National Guard, I am not allowed to talk about this issue. However, what I am going to do is sit here and read publicly domained information about your First Amendment right and your freedom of speech. And also read publicly domained information about the National Guard. So, the reason why I cannot talk about anything or express my opinion is due to the Hatch Act. And the Hatch Act states, a covered employee may not engage in political activity while the employee is on duty, in a federal room or building, while wearing a uniform or official insignia, or using any federally owned or leased vehicle. For example, the employee may not post a comment to a blog or social media site that advocates for or against a partisan political party, the candidate for a partisan political office, or partisan political group. I will state that as an officer in the Army National Guard, I did take an oath which states that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And would you know it, that a part of the Constitution there are the amendments, and the First Amendment provides that Congress make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting its free exercise. It protects freedom of speech, the press, assembly, and the right to petition the government for a redress of grievances. And, if any service members are watching this, that there is also the Uniform Code of Military Justice, in which states, while the Uniform Code of Military Justice demands obedience to the lawful orders of a superior commissioned officer or governing body, it equally demands disobedience when the order is given illegally. And that orders that violate established laws and regulations or the UCMJ or Uniform Code of Military Justice are not binding. And would you know it, that intentionally directing attacks against the civilian population as such or against individual civilians not taking part in direct hostilities is a war crime.
Okay, right there. Not taking part in direct hostilities. Every time we have a protest, they send agitators in. I mean, look at January 6th. Okay, what happened there? A lot of people want to say that that wasn't a setup. We were telling people way before January 6th that they were going to get set up and people were going to wind up in jail. Guess what happened? Bullshit happened and people went to jail. And this is what I'm getting at with this. Individuals are trying to stir the pot with bullshit that I'm seeing so far, because I haven't seen any real factual proof of anything. Yeah, we seen the video that everybody's with one video where some supposed Venezuelans went up the stairs with some pew-pews and knocked on a door and raided this house. How do you know that wasn't just somebody didn't just stage that in order to make shit up, fake shit up, right? Because even the police are saying they're investigating that video and they can't find anything out about it. Everybody said it was Venezuelans that robbed the pew-pew stores. Well, I've went and read the articles on that. They said it was a group of teenage kids that did the smash and grab. And they've already arrested a couple of them that were involved in it. So how is it that we keep falling for shit? But what he says here, not taking part in direct hostility. So I'm former military. I was in the National Guard as well. And I can tell you that if you're taking part in hostilities, I don't give a fuck if you're a supposed patriot. I don't give a fuck if you are what you are. If you're taking part in hostilities, hurting other individuals, and I'm giving orders, I have to follow those orders. But if you're not taking part in hostilities, I can't fucking touch you. Period. Because then it would be a war crime.
War crime. As well as intentionally directing attacks against civilian objects, that is, objects that are not military objectives, is a war crime. So, I hope that shed some light on the situation, that I was able to read from you publicly domained materials.
So let's see here. What's everybody saying? Absolutely. I mean, it is the fog of war. Because the reality of it is, if people take to the streets and they do some stupid shit, right? I mean, we've seen the summer of love. Yeah, wag the dog. Hell yeah, wag the dog. Hell, even me jumping in that fucking convoy 2 years ago, I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I wish I hadn't have done it. I literally wish I hadn't have done it. But in some senses, I'm glad I did because I was helping with the damn security of it. I got to see this shit going on. We shut down shit before people got fucking set up, and people wound up going to jail, and people's shit getting confiscated and everything else. Yeah, deception. Go in and start a war and make it look like it's somebody else's fault. Hell, how many people watch old cowboy movies and shit like that, or cowboy movies where cowboys went out dressed up like Indians or something like that and attacked and robbed people, killed them, left arrows and shit laying around or stuck in bodies, and people who came along back then because they didn't have no I believe there was possible CIs and some feds in there, yes. Oh, there we go. Patriot Girl. You want to come up? Let me bring you. Let's see here. I'm paste the link. There's the link. Texas, if you want to come up, Patriot Girl, if you want to come up, I know you've got some information. I would like for you to come up here, join in. Or are you still out on your trip? No, I am not saying do nothing quietly. I'm saying go find out why the hell your government ain't doing something. If you are there, we have to do things by the Constitution. We literally have to do things by the Constitution, because if we don't do things by the Constitution, we are no better than them. There was what was it? Security. Say that again. Gavin Newsom. Security wasn't so good because there was a PDF file running around in that group with you. Oh, I know what you're talking about. No, actually, I was actually out of the convoy. Okay, I jumped out in Big Springs, was out trying to go make some money to catch up on my bills, and then I was going down the road, and Texas and all of them can confirm this because they came to me with it. A lot of my mods did, and when they came to me with it, I was like, "Are you sure about this?" Right? Because that came out, and it said, and I was like, "Well, show me the receipts." Right? Is this true? And because I can't just go off hearsay, right? I just can't go off that hearsay. And I pulled over. I asked what the dude's name was. I asked what, where he was from. I pulled over. I pulled it up. Yeah, I pulled his file up like fast. And as soon as I did, I sent it to Santa. I sent it to Trucker G. I sent it to oh shit. I sent it to all the leads over there. Marcus and damn. What the hell was his name that drove the snub nose truck? The snub nose truck. Damn, what was it? Mike Landis. I sent it all to them. I sent the link to his offenses to them, and as soon as they got it, they kicked him out. They told him he had to leave. Now, after the fact, after the convoy, we shut the convoy down in Hagerstown, then Santa and his little group that went into DC, they brought them back in. Okay. So, those individuals are technically running with them. We didn't do background checks on everybody. Okay. We didn't sit there and do background checks on everybody that came to the convoy, but these individuals kind of just revealed themselves, right? We wasn't trying to get into everybody's business and everything else. But when we figured out that he was able to confirm who he was, yeah, I sent that information over immediately. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, y'all might be really messed up when I tell you this. The South didn't lose the war during the the Civil War. Okay, the North didn't win. That was all a lie. You know what I'm saying? That was all a freaking lie, because remember, they took out Lincoln, and then it was a Democratic president. You're from Colorado? Well, Frank Ribsby, what's going on? I mean, that's the whole reality. Yeah, Jesus is the only winner. Amen. I will agree with that right there, 100%. Jesus. And that's what we've got to do right now. We've got to use our discernment, because they are truly wanting to be able to have any reason, I believe, to shut down this election.
What would you call it if a major political party were organizing a plan to put in place to stop the peaceful transfer of power should one particular candidate win the election in November? What would you call that? And what would you call it if that same political party is now vocally advertising that they're going to create, quote, civil war-like conditions to make sure that this candidate doesn't take office if he wins? What would you call that? I don't know. Maybe you need to hear it from his mouth, and then we can figure out what we should call it.
And the greatest example going on right now before our very eyes is Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, which they're just disappearing with a magic wand, as if it doesn't exist, even though it could not be clearer what it's stating. And so, they want to kick it to Congress, so it's going to be up to us on January 6, 2025, to tell the rampaging Trump mobs that he's disqualified. And then we need bodyguards for everybody in civil war conditions, all because the 9 justices, not all of them, but these justices who have not many cases to look at every year, not that much work to do, a huge staff, great protection, simply do not want to do their job.
Did you catch that? That's Jamie Raskin, high-ranking Democrat in Congress, is talking about refusing to transfer power peacefully and creating civil war-like conditions should Donald Trump win the election. And these are the people who are supposed to be protecting, quote-unquote, democracy. These are also the same people who spent the last 4 years crying like a bunch of little girls because a band of grandmas happened to visit the Capitol January 6, 2021 and tour around the halls. It scarred them so deeply and so desperately that now they feel like they need to create a civil war-like conditions to, what, protect democracy by ending democracy? What would you...
I mean, this is the type of stuff, and this is coming straight out of a Democrat's mouth, right? I mean, I have issue with that. You know, I mean, I look at that and I'm sitting here and this comes straight out his mouth. They're going to try to disqualify Trump if he gets into office. So that means they're going to overthrow a duly elected president, okay, or disqualify him, and then prepare for civil war like conditions. So they're going to prepare for a non peaceful transfer of power because they're not going to turn it over peaceful. It's basically what they're saying. And this is the whole point because I'm just looking to my fellow patriots out there, my friends, and people out there that are spreading stuff that is not true or making up stuff or putting out fake stuff. Be careful. I mean, I'm going to be quite honest with you. Even I get fooled sometimes. You know, I'll see something, I'll send it to Texas, I'll send it to Juniper or one of my other friends. I usually got a thing out there where I blast everybody with. And then somebody will come back and say, "Hey, Tom, that was from a couple years ago." But it's always, you know, pretty much with that question, what do y'all think about this? Do y'all know anything about this? Um, the hell is that? Well, absolutely. I mean, to me, there is a lot of stuff that's going on, you know, out there that is fake. There's a lot of AI shit. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I see people on our side, on the Republican side, using fake AI shit too, making shit up. Well, absolutely, and that's the reason why I'm saying just the same thing about what's going on in Aurora, Colorado. People think that the Hells Angels are headed that way. I mean, here again, you know, I can bring this up here, I think, on X. Sure. Let's see here. What am I doing? Right here. If you've seen any bikers, if you're seeing any bikers in, let's see if I can bring that up. Right there. There's why you're going to see bikers in Colorado. They're going to the rallies. We were told bikers. Where's Punisher? Where'd Punisher go? Hey, Punisher, you gonna come up here? I'm going to drop that link again. I asked for Texas to come up. I need help. Punisher 17, come on up here. But right there's these two rallies coming up. Thank you, Brad. I appreciate it. There are a lot of Waco, Texas. Yeah. Let's see here. Punisher. There he is. Bring him on. What's going on, buddy?
How you doing tonight, G-Dub?
Oh, trying to show somebody some of this stuff that's fake. I've seen so much fake ass shit. I see you, Texas. Hold on here. I'll bring you up. Fake ass shit so far. Really pissing me off that people are buying into it like that.
Yeah, I heard most of your podcast. I was down in the comments. I heard most of it. You're spot on with everything. The people that I know, I mean, like I said, the people that I know told me that if there was any reason for HA to go down to Colorado, forget about the rallies, but any reason for them to go down to Colorado and take care of something is if one of their family members, club members, people that work for them got affected by something, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I think it's a distraction. I think this has all just been nothing but a distraction. It seems to be, like I said, it seems to me like people are hoping, got this hopium that other people are going to take care of the mess that they should take care of for themselves.
Absolutely. I mean, it was the same thing. It was the same thing 2 years ago in the convoy, right? I mean, hell, let's go back back in February, right? This is how funny everything was, right? Back in February, there was a convoy that was leaving Virginia, going to the border to go against the immigration and the border patrol and the illegal immigrants. Said, what was it? What was it, Texas? 700,000 trucks were going to be involved in it. Was being spread all over TikTok
Oh yes,
and all
700,000
over
were going to the border, and they were also
700,000 trucks, and they were using footage from 2 years ago from the convoy that we were in. Okay, from the convoy that we were in 2 years ago, and gullible people are on the things, and this is the biggest thing that people are actually posting on there. Thank you, bikers. Thank you, truckers. Hell, they even used footage from over there where the farmers were protesting over there on the other side of the pond, saying the farmers were on the way to the border and showed some kind of thing where lights were flashing on these tractors at night. And everybody, thank you, farmers. Thank you, farmers, for going to the border to save us. Nobody's going to fucking save you. You need to wake the fuck up and save yourself.
Amen.
Sorry.
No, you have every right to be angry. We've been angry for a long time, man. People want to do patriot shit until it's time to do patriot shit, and then
Yeah, I've been in the biker world. I know banditos. Matter of fact, me and my wife got married at a biker rally. As a matter of fact, today is me and my wife's 17th anniversary.
oh, you're in
And we
trouble.
got married at Labor Day's biker rally back in 2007 here in Oklahoma City. And I know one of the head guys at the damn banditos. Matter of fact, I've been asked to join the banditos, and I told him no, because I'm nobody's bitch. I'm not going to be somebody's prospect. You know what I'm saying? No.
Well, if it's your anniversary, you're probably going to get in trouble after tonight.
Huh?
I said, if it's your anniversary, you're probably going to get in trouble after tonight.
No, my wife already went to bed.
That's awesome.
My wife is deaf. She can't even hear me right now. She's in there sleeping. She goes to bed so early. Don't she, Texas?
Yeah, sure she does. But that's okay. He almost got the frying pan last night after you left, Punisher.
Oh, really?
I told her, that's like, how many years has it been now? I had to go figure it out. And I was like, damn, it feels like 50 or something
Oh,
like
my
that, you
gosh.
know, give her haircut. And she just rolled her eyes at me. Yeah, absolutely.
So my
I'm gonna
question,
bring you up
my question,
from that chair.
GW, is if what I think this is a distraction, and
It
what
is.
do you think it's a distraction from? Because it's been very quiet. It's been very weird. It's been like there's a shift going on, and I can't put my finger on it. You know, and something came up today.
Well,
Go ahead.
I see it as a multiple thing here because of the remarks that people are making. Okay. And like I said, just because you see some dark skinned people, you know, going up to some door with some pew pews and everything else, um, were you there? That was supposedly off some Ring door camera. How do you know 100% sure that those were Venezuelans?
Or how do you even
Just
know it?
because they,
How do you even know if it's current footage of current events
right.
happening currently?
How do you even know that that was from Colorado?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right here, right here, right here. Whoop, 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 whoop. This chat's going by so far. Right there. American Anonymous. Civil unrest will delay elections. That's right where I was going to go with this. Because they're trying to stir the pot just like they did over in the UK, right? Now they're arresting people for social media posts. They're going after people. And what was it? It's the Muslims over there, the Muslim community. The government is giving them all the fucking benefits and all the special treatment and everything else. And the people that live there are getting pissed off. Well, now they're having clashes back and forth between each other over there, and the fucking police over there are calling the damn the people, the citizens that live there, the actual citizens, terrorists, locking people up for their comments, and even threatening to come to the United States and arrest people for their comments who were supporting the civilians and the patriots in that country. Okay. That's what they're trying to do here. They've tried to do it between us and the blacks. The unveed against the unveed against the veed or whatever. The D's against the R's. You know, all the different races here, all and the different religions. It's called divide and conquer to get somebody to freaking click, snap, and do something stupid so then they can take control. You know what those saying, order out of chaos? They're going to create, they've created the problem, they've created the issue, and now they're going to come up with the solution. Period. Go ahead, Punisher.
Well, it's one of those things where it's kind of been that way ever since the beginning of time, right? I mean, you have all these civilizations, you know, the Roman Empire, the Babylonian Empire, um, that have always, the Egyptian Empire, they've always done the same thing. I'm not gonna. I mean, I do believe it's a biblical, it's a spiritual war, good and evil.
Right.
However, I believe mankind are these politicians, these elites. They're the ones that can actually give you a false narrative of biblical prophecy. Like, they can make it seem like we're at the end times, right? And we may very well be as a country. I mean, we've turned our backs on God for the most part, with all of the things that we've allowed to happen over the last decade, especially to our children. And you got to look at that, and you got to kind of ask yourself, was this a planned demolition, or is this actually Bible prophecy? Like, we are coming to a point in our history where we're going to have to make a stand. And
I want to address this real quick. Men with guns is more of an issue than nationality and race.
wow.
Wow. Well, right now, people in Colorado, Aurora, Colorado, are begging for men to come with pew pews. Okay, with these things you're saying. Am I right, Punisher? Do you want to address this?
Well, I don't. When I say this word, I don't want you. Whoever said that, I'm not reading comments. So whoever said that, I'm not meaning this in a disparaging way, but you're ignorant, okay? Because you don't lack the knowledge to know better. Right now in Europe, you have people with knives, and right now they're going to try to come up with some knife laws to try to curb the amount of knife incidences that are happening in Europe. Before that, they had their weapons. They took them away, and now they're talking about knives. So it's not the tool, it's not the device, it's the person behind it, right? So, and we talked about this a little bit last night with mental illness. Okay. I don't agree that anybody's Second Amendment should be taken away from them unless they prove otherwise, right? Unless they're proven violent and they've done, certain things and committed crimes. But even still, you can't blame it on the weapon. You can't blame it on the tool, because, you know, it's just somebody's gonna pick up another device. If everyone started using automobiles and just mowing people over, are you gonna have comprehensive automobile legislation that's gonna stop the automobile industry? I mean, it's just an ignorant thought, right? It's the person behind it. Okay, that's what your root cause is, as Kamala would say, searching for that root cause.
And then, and Kathy right here put this up here. She asked you a question here, and I'm gonna say something to this. Yeah, I do feel a revival coming in some sense of the word, and we've got to turn everything everything over to our Creator, to God, and we've got to. I know that's going to come, because we're going to get to that point. We're actually going to get to that point where we're going to have our Red Sea moment, where we're gonna get to that point, and I don't know if it's going to be that nuke deal. I don't know if it's going to be where we're about to go to full out freaking civil war, or we're going to be invaded, or it's going to look like we're invaded, and it's going to be that point to where every knee shall bow and know that the Lord thy God is your God. I mean, that's the whole point. But here's the thing: we have to use our discernment and start looking at things and asking more questions. You know, okay, I see this video, right? I mean, somebody shared a video that looked like it was made back in the 90s of a whole bunch of bikers, had the old cars going down the road and everything else beside them, saying that they were headed to Colorado. Fake stuff. And you still go down in the comments, right? You go down in the comments, and people are saying, "Thank you, backers. Thank you for fighting for us. Thank you for all this." They're not going to go fight for you. Nobody's going to fight for you. You're going to have to fight for yourself, and that's where and it's. I mean, that's probably what you're being seen right now. That's what you're seeing probably right now in Colorado. If the police, I mean, but I've seen the other, but everybody won't twist it. Oh, the police aren't doing nothing. I just showed you a video of police officers going door to door, and they're saying they're not hearing what everybody's saying. That's literally what that video said. They're not hearing what everybody else is saying. You can sit here and tell me you saw something and everything else. Show me the proof. Show me the proof. Show me the receipts, right? Don't tell me somebody told me something. Don't sit here and say a friend of mine that lives in Colorado told me this. Have your friend from Colorado come on and show the proof. I'm tired of hearing people say this and that. I've got special contacts, right? I got special friends in high up places. Well, bring them special friends on. You know, let's stop playing games here. Let's stop manipulating one another. Let's start trying to figure shit out how we can fix this shit.
And see, again, GW, it's almost one of those things where have these people been for the last 10 years? You know, and I mean, even through the last administration, we still had people coming over, right? Not at the extent of what we have in this current administration, but you've always had these people coming over. Now you have during the, January 2021, when he was inaugurated, right, Mr. Biden, you have San Francisco that looks, I've lived in Southern California. I've been to San Francisco back in the day, and it was beautiful. You go there now and it looks like TJ, like old TJ now. It's crap in the streets, garbage, homeless everywhere. Gavin does his little cleanup, while the Chinese delegation comes in and stuff like that. But the point is where are these people, crying out for help and wanting to do something back then, when, currently you look at your major cities, especially in blue states, and you look at them and how run down they are. They don't look like the cities that you grew up when you were a child. These cities are completely overtaken just by complete filth and garbage, and I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about actual filth and garbage. And then you factor in the amount of illegals coming over and our own tax dollars subsidizing them. So far during this administration, it's $600 billion. $600 billion equates to about $20,000 if you divide it by 330 million Americans, citizens. That's $20,000 that they have given to migrants. We'll call them migrants, and not the American people, the citizens, the people who worked for it, that pay them, that we pay through our taxes. So everything that you're being, you're focused on, you're focused on Aurora, Colorado, but yet you're not focused even in your own hometowns or your cities or your own states. And you're wanting some kind of savior or some kind of event to happen that's going to save you, right? It's going to, pull you out of this depressive state of mind that you've been in. You have to do it yourself. And it starts with getting involved locally. It starts with paying attention. It starts with coming into a live and you have this buddy or that affiliate or this that has this and told you this. Well, bring the receipts. Educate us. I've been proven wrong. I don't mind being proven wrong. Just bring it up. Show your receipts. Because that video footage in that Ring doorbell type of situation in the hallway, I saw what looked to me like a Caucasian man with a ball cap on his phone walking up and down the stairs. These people didn't seem violent enough for him to stop recording and talking on the phone. You had people with phones recording. So if this is truly what the narrative they're putting out, the idea that HA's coming down there to save the world, right? To save the world so everybody can feel like they've got this savior, this white knight coming in. Well, it's kind of to me, it's a distraction, because I don't know where you
Well,
people
here's
been.
here's the thing. 2 years ago, everybody thought us truckers was gonna save them. Thank you, truckers. Thank you. You're heroes. Thank you, truckers. Yeah, they pumped us up. They pumped us up. We felt good about, and I mean, I thought we were going to have more people standing up, right? But yeah, we drove through these places. A lot of people showed up where we're at. But after we went through these places, we still had support online and everything else. I mean, a lot of people donated food, which we gave to shelters, and uh, I know that one time we gave a bunch of food to a no-kill shelter, dog food and stuff. And um, the point is that guess what? We didn't save fucking nobody. It all was bullshit, and that's what and that's where I'm gonna put it. I mean, it was all bullshit. I was in it,
Right.
and that's the way I feel about it now.
Right. Right.
Are you talking? Is that deal with the I think that's the SEAL Team 6 one?
It is, man, and I didn't, and that's up to you, brother. But
But you know that's from 2020, right?
yes, I do, and this is another thing, and I didn't want to pivot away from your topic unless we're pivoting here now, but it pisses me off, brother, that this is now coming up on TikTok, and everybody I've
Right.
talked to and all the comments I've read, is this really happening now? I'm like, you guys understand that this is old footage? That Alan
Yeah.
Perot has fell off the face of the earth, probably taken out. The guy with the 2 terabytes, the Falcon trainer, taken out long ago because I haven't heard one peep from him. And that grifter Anna Kate, the former Survivor contestant, I've spoken with her. She's nothing but a grifter, an opportunist, and so she kind of worked her way in with Mr. Woods' father during an event that was taking place when all of this stuff was starting to be revealed, several years ago. And she's kind of like carrying it on like she's the one that's got the scoop. Give me a break, man. This is old footage. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying that the person, this guy in a turban and a beard, who's a Falcon trainer, he is a 3-letter agency undercover spook. But he has not been seen. He has not been heard from, and he's disappeared off the face of the earth. But a lot of these people on TikTok, they're showing about a 1 minute clip of this video, and they're not showing what the actual man himself says he has and what he says he can prove. Well, and that's why I decided to go dig it up, and if you want, it's up to you. But to actually hear what this man has and what has been taking place, do I believe it's true? Absolutely, 100%. I do believe it's true. I
Oh
do
yeah,
believe. Go ahead.
I know about the Falcon guy because I seen that. I actually seen there was several interviews that he did, and he was on I think a couple different shows as well, where he was talking about that.
Yeah.
And technically, what it was, they did. I don't think it was they swapped him out at the last minute. He was always in Iran. Bin Laden was in Iran,
Right.
and they had a body double. And what somebody did is they got the DNA and sent it to the CIA or whoever it was, and they ran it. And oh yeah, it was Bin Laden's, but Bin Laden was never at that damn compound.
That's right. And
That's
so, hey, GW, that's right. And so when I see somebody like Rob O'Neill get on all of these, Sean Ryan show and all these other shows, pounding his chest that he was the one that took Bin Laden out, and I'm like, you're a fucking liar, man. You're a liar, because Iran had him. The $1.75 billion was the blackmail, okay, that
yep,
Obama sent over there, because they were about ready to bring this guy out in front of Front Street and say, hey, man, if you got him, if SEAL Team 6 did get him, who's this? And they were gonna expose Obama, because if you remember, that happened right before the 2012 re-election of Obama. So he had to have a win because the economy was suffering. So he had to have this big win in order for him to get pushed through for another term.
Can I jump in here real quick, Punisher?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
There's somebody in our chat, and he keeps saying that we're putting out fake news. Well, I'm going to put out some fake news on this person. You're a troll and a snail, and you need to leave my chat. Big time, because we're not saying that the Hells Angels are going to Aurora. All those videos that you're seeing of that is all
I guess they couldn't
AI
read.
generated.
I guess they couldn't read what it says up there.
They
It
must be
says
illiterate.
question mark. It says question mark at the end. Okay. Hell's Angels heading to Aurora, Colorado. Question mark. Okay. Question mark. I'm questioning it because I don't believe it.
No,
His
and
whole
why would
Okay.
the hell's angels even do that? Okay, they don't care. They just want to ride their bikes and have some fun. You know, trust me, I know a bunch of them. I have friends and family members that are them. So, if
Right.
you're saying we're out there throwing out misinformation, who made you the minister of truth? Show me your
Yeah.
badge and ID, buddy, and give me that number because I'm coming after your bond.
Right.
what GW's been saying, person in the comments all night, is he has been saying he does not believe this, that the videos that are being shown on social media platforms are nothing, that nobody can prove is real. It's old footage. And they're passing it off like it's current times. And just so you know, the only information I will tell you is if the HA was involved with going somewhere in mass, is if somebody was to do something to one of their members, family members, club members, even people that are even prospects. They would go after you for that reason if something happened to one of their members. So we're saying that we don't believe it. It's nothing but a distraction, but yet everybody's falling for it. And everybody's posting about it, and everybody's attention is drawn to it. And there's a lot of a huge number of people who do not who, I don't know, for lack of a better word, are pacifists, or they don't want to get involved, but they want somebody else to fight their battles for them. So everybody's clinging on to this hope that this is actually real and happening, because people lost their spine to fight. Okay, you don't have to fight physically or with a tool. You can use your voice. You can go to your city councils. You can go to your school boards. You can make your voice heard and do your part. At least you're doing something, instead of sitting on your ass on a social media platform hoping somebody else is going to come and save your ass, because it's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we're saying.
Absolutely. And that's the reason why I'm saying this. You're going to be sitting there left left. What is that old saying? You're going to find yourself weighed, measured, and left found wanting,
Yeah.
Yep.
because all you're doing is wasting time on the real things that you could be doing, which is going and actually, if you've got a problem with your city being a sanctuary city, then why don't you remove the people from your legislator in your state, your governor, your sheriff, your fucking mayor, and everything else? Fire their asses by the Constitution and hold elections for new people to take those seats for the Republic side of things, okay, and not the corporation. Matter of fact, you could probably do a Declaration of Independence with your redress of grievances towards the corporate state of Colorado, and put out notice that they're all fired. You get enough people to hold new elections and actually have elections for the seats of the Republic. Because my understanding is this: those seats are still vacant. Nobody's been sitting in those seats since way back when Lincoln was um, taken out, because the Congress that was the original Congress of the Republic, the last Congress of the Republic, did not return. They appointed people back then. Go look up your history.
Do you know what's really sickening, GW? And I'm thinking about this. Somebody comes in and says, you're putting out misinformation, right? Last I checked, we have the freedom of speech in this country. Just because you got sucked into the brainwash that a social media platform, under their terms and conditions, can violate your First Amendment right by saying you violated community guidelines or standards or this or that. Let me tell you something. There have been many of civil rights activists and NAACP that have fought and fought for the protection of your First Amendment right, to include members of the KKK. They have fought for them. So you don't have to like what people say. You can turn the channel, my guy. You can simply scroll on to another page and go watch, go watch TikTok all day. You don't have to stay in here. But again, unless this social media platform wants to shut GW down, or you want to be a coward and report over nothing, then that's your prerogative. But I'm simply saying is, in this country, in this republic, we have the freedom of speech. And he not once said that he's telling you this is happening. Just like this thing up here on the screen, unconfirmed report of extreme cover-up of SEAL Team 6, fake assassination of bin Laden by Obama, Clinton, and Biden. That's called using your discernment, listening to what.
And usually sometimes I make the mistake. I'll see something, I'll jump on it because I'm like, I get tricked too. I get tricked. I'll be quite honest with you. I'm human, right? I'll see things that'll freaking upset me. I'll send it over to Texas Girl. I send it over to Juniper. I'll send it over to a few other people, and then they'll go back and they'll take a look at it because I might be busy at the time. I might be really busy at this time, and I send it to them, and I don't have time to go look it up. But they'll go out and do the research on it, and they'll send me the information on it and say, "Oh no, that video right there was from a few days ago, or that was from a couple years ago, that video." And I'm sitting here going, "Oh, okay, well, thanks." I because I didn't know. If I'm wrong about something, if I am wrong about something, I don't have a problem with somebody emailing me some information, uh, saying, "Hey, Tom, I think you were wrong about this," and send it to you. You don't have to attack somebody, right?
Right.
And I'm not sitting here trying to attack not one individuals or call anybody out. I'm kind of calling the whole out that people are falling for bullshit, making comments on things that are not even real, and saying, I mean, you might as well be wasting your time commenting on something in fucking deep space or some kind of shit because it's not real, or sharing stuff that is truly not real. Because here's another thing, that AI out there nowadays, you can pretty much take any video, any picture, and put it into AI and say, "Is this AI? Can you find anything with this image from before? How old is this image?" And it'll go out there and it'll scan the damn internet and it'll pull up, and if they find a duplicate of that image, it'll show you.
Right.
Yeah, Kimmy, right there. You are absolutely freaking right. Real humans being psyoped forever because normal people can't be in the evil ways. So in evil's way, I get what you're saying there, and that's absolutely right because it's a form of control. It's a way they can steer you, herd you like cattle over here. Right? You're being herded like sheep. Oh, here you go. Here you go. Go over this way. And they got gatekeepers and everything else out there. So, I mean, like I said, and a lot of freaking shit I hear is just hearsay. So and so told me this. So and so told me that. Well, bring so and so. I mean, I'll tell you right now, if you're so and so and you got proof, I dropped that link right over there. If you got proof that you want to show us, I'll bring you up. I'll let you show the proof. If you've got some proof, 100% proof, bring it up. Show us. I'd love to see it. Just don't tell me that so and so told you something, you know. I mean, a lot of these people are actually just doing stuff for the clicks, clickbait, get you over there to like their stuff, to boost their stuff, to share their stuff. I want facts. I want.
Well, it's funny, don't you think, how fast happens? We just get memory hold and we go on to the new shiny object. You know, you just had an assassination
Right.
attempt. You know, not too long ago, mainstream media, it's everyone's on to different shiny objects, and the rate of news that comes down daily, if not hourly, and we in this community, and that means everybody in the comments, anybody who does not watch the mainstream media or get their news from them, maybe you'll glance at an article or something or a post comes up, but for the most part, I don't believe most of us listen to mainstream media. We get our news by researching and digging in and trying to find any kind of rabbit hole we can go down to get to the truth. And what that does is it breaks up their will and their ability to memory hole you and to get you to believe the narrative, because that's what the trap we fell into for many, many decades is we believed
Mm-hmm.
everything that they said on the boob tube, and then we took it to
Mm-hmm.
heart, and they had that control. Now the matrix is split, because now a majority of this country and the world, they wouldn't be banning or putting people in prison like the president of Telegram. They wouldn't be making drastic measures like that if they had the upper hand, if they were winning. They wouldn't be doing it. They wouldn't be shutting down, you know, a bunch of people and banning them on social media platforms like they've done GW and myself and others for years if we weren't winning. We're able to break that narrative down every time they put out a new one. So this is what I'll tell you. You keep on fighting the good fight. You keep on exposing anything that they put out that you know doesn't pass the sniff test. And then once you do that, they're going to either have to shut the whole system down in order for us to not communicate with one another, and they'll blame it on something. They'll blame it on what they've already done test runs with the cyber attack stuff. You know, you had attacks on T-Mobile, you had attacks on infrastructure throughout this country, especially in cyber. That to me, it's just like test runs. So maybe there will be something that comes down the pike here.
Hey, right here. I like this guy's thinking right here. Right there. I kind of like that. And that could be, right? See what he says? I guess they weren't falling for the impulse, so they had to dug this Aurora social media bullshit.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
there's another one, Silent. How come they changed it to mpox and not calling it monkeypox, right? Because if you look at it and how you would contract it is laughable, right? They can't prove it, so they're going to come up with some scary virus. They're going to come up with many more scary viruses. But again, whether you've taken the jab or not, or whether you wore the mask or not, or to keep your job or whatever, it doesn't matter at this point. What matters at this point right now is how many Americans do you really think are going to fall for this same bait and hook if they try to start this crap again? I say hardly none. There'll be a large contingent of people on the left that possibly will, because I see them. They're rare. They're like spotting, you know, a pink zebra, but you know, you do see them in your cities and your towns still wearing the mask, but not at the rate they were in 2020.
Absolutely, Nerds World. Don't forget the mosquitoes. It's, oh, be afraid of this. Oh, be afraid of that. Be afraid, be afraid. Well, I don't know. My Bible, I think my Bible says 330, what is it? How many days in a year? 356 times?
365.
365 times? I knew it was something like that, damn numbers, but 365 times, don't be afraid, right? They're always look over here, be afraid of this. But you're not, that's what I've been saying the whole time. We're not looking at, that concept. And this is a very good analogy. Red ants and black ants in a jar, right? They'll be peaceful and everything else as long as nobody disturbs that jar. They'll work together, they'll work right side by side and everything else. But if somebody shakes that jar, everybody, all those ants will kill one another, fight to the death.
Damn, Kimmy, I'm sorry about your nephew there. I've lost both of my parents to the same hoax. So because they decided to take it too. Uh,
Yeah,
so
I know people. I know I know people too that have told me about their family members as well.
yeah, so there's I lost 13 colleagues in the last year and a half um, that have passed away at work, massive heart attacks, strokes, things of that nature, and that's unheard of. That's unheard of. Um, and they had to fire me 18 and a half years. I didn't take it. I made them fire me because I wanted to make a point down the road here when it comes time for all this stuff to be exposed, and it's getting exposed too. And here's another one: why would these pharmaceutical companies want to bury this information for 75 years? And it took a federal judge to rule that they were to release 10 to 12,000 pages a month. That's why you're finding out this so-called safe and effective wasn't so safe and effective. You're finding that out because of that federal judge making them release 10 to 12,000 pages a month. Otherwise, they would have buried it just like JFK.
Well, and here's the thing, and we got a lot of people on here tonight. I wish I had said this earlier. You have to understand that they do experiments, social experiments on us all the time, right? To see how we're going to react. They did that. The media, they did a psyop on us right there in the beginning of the C word, where they took a picture. I saw it. They took a picture of an aisle in a Walmart in New Jersey with a couple things tipped over on it, like a couple paper towels and some hand sanitizer during the seasonal time of the year. Walmart clears aisles so they can bring in stuff for the different holidays. You know, well, they placed some stuff on there strategically, took a picture of it, and then put it on the news that this local area Walmart, Jersey, was all out of hand sanitizers and toilet paper. And guess what? They created a toilet paper and hand sanitizer shortage here in the United States of America
Yep.
because for something that had nothing to do with diarrhea.
Right.
I mean, that's how easily manipulated everybody is. And that's what I'm saying with this deal here. I just see a manipulation, you know. This whole deal about Colorado, more especially when I started seeing videos of bikers. I mean, like I said, 3 months back in February, they were using the footage from the People's Convoy, our trucks in that convoy, saying that was going towards the border. You know how many trucks showed up? You want to know how many trucks showed up that I saw? One and a half. One and a half trucks. Not 700,000 trucks. But boy, sure, people sure did believe it.
But again, you had people not only in America, but people in Canada that were looking for somebody else to come and save them instead of saving themselves, well, in Canada's case, from their own socialist dictator.
I, got- I gotta throw, I gotta throw that one up there. That was just too funny. Oops, not that one. That one right there. Oh my God. Oh, you got some jokes. Well, right here, Raymond, with what you're saying. Well, what most people don't understand what tribulation is. It's to be tried. Okay. It means to be tested. Okay. Well, right now we're being tested. We're being tested and how we're going to react about things, right? We're being tested to see what we believe and what we don't believe. We're being tested to see if we're going to be the aggressor. We're being tested to see if we're going to go out there and harm others because we believe in bullshit.
I think we were tested in 2020.
You know, and that's the issue here. That's the reason why I'm pretty well upset about this, because I feel like people, what upsets me when I see a fake video, more especially an old video with some old ass cars going down the highway, and that video looks like it's from like the 90s and stuff like that. And I look down to the comments and people are going, "Oh, thank you, bikers," and they're reposting it and they're sharing it and everything else, and it's fake.
Yeah.
Now, if you had some real stuff, if you really truly had some real stuff of someone, a biker on the damn thing actually saying, "Yeah, I'm in the Hell's Angel," there was like a bunch of them behind, "Yeah, we're going to Aurora, Colorado," uh, coming out of their mouth, that we're going to Aurora, Colorado, I would probably believe that. But all I've seen is stuff where people have clipped things from other videos and just saying, "Yeah, we're heading out west," right? Like another one, "Oh, we're going to go find Alien." Well, Alien is a biker. And the biker that everybody's clipping and putting out there saying they're heading out west, saying that they're headed, even put letters over the video. I can record it on my screen too. I can do shit like that. I can take any video and record over it. Then I can put shit on top of it, text on top of it, and everything else, and then put it out there and tell you my ass was flying through the air. You know, you said check out my link. What do you got there? Did you drop a link? Check out your link. Maybe I missed your link. Anybody catch his link? JG,
Did not.
you got film of them today? New film of them today? New film of who?
He's catching the boys going to a rally, bro.
Are you talking about the ones going to, um, let's see here.
Four Corners.
This this right here? Oh, here. That right there? Because there's all over the country. And a lot of these motorcycles you're going to see on the road right now are out doing their little rallies and poker runs and shit like that. I mean, body's bubble. Alien? Yeah, right here. Hold on. I'll bring him up. I had him up. We'll go. Hold on here. No, it's not. He's not an alien, but he goes by his biker name is Alien. Hold on here. Favorites. Where is he? This guy right here. Y'all probably seen this float around.
That's what I was thinking, Alfred. I was thinking the same
Did he
thing.
say? Did he say anything about going to Colorado? Anybody? Did he say he was going to Colorado?
He didn't say. I didn't hear
What do you
that.
say?
I didn't hear that, man.
Headed west. Where? To California? To west where? You know? I mean, but you got people over here. Uh, the country is behind y'all for you. Stay safe. Well, see, here's the thing. His name up here is Alien. Alien, right? Aliens are purple, right? But if you look at all of his hashtags here, right? Clean and sober, survivors MC, survivor alien, easy does it, SMC, 19, clean and sober, MC, motorcycles, purple, alien, 19 years, crybaby, west, head west, ride, be yourself, get your mind right, sober life, get your mind right. Harley Davidson, not a fucking place does it say anything about Aurora, Colorado. But people are over here. Godspeed, be safe. Colorado is here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Not one of his videos that I went through did it say that he was going to Colorado. I'll play this one again for everybody. I mean, I can't prove whether or not that guy was there, but here's another one. See, where people put stuff on the top of a video, these are not bikers going to fucking Colorado. Your buddy, I think Jennifer,
So, Tom,
didn't
hang
you
on a second.
say?
Hang on a second. Those videos that you guys are seeing, Tom, you and I both know this because we've debunked this already hundreds of times. They are using video from Sturgis, this last Sturgis rally that they had. They are using videos of seeing bunch of bikers in towns and calling it Aurora, Colorado. Wake up, people. Please do yourself a favor. Sit down, shut up, and just focus on the bigger picture that is a coming. Because you're putting out disinformation. Oh, they're going. No, they're not. Stop using old footage because we can run it through generators and everything like that to find out where that video was from.
JG, you say I know every spot and apartment complex they are at. So, uh, show your proof. Go over there and show your proof. Put up or shut up. Period. That's all I'm gonna say. You've been saying that's what you've been saying all night. I know what's going on, but so far I haven't seen you put up any proof. Period. Now you seem
Gee,
to
I
be
did
one of
look at
those
that.
people who just, huh?
Gee, Gab, I did see that video that you posted. I saw that like 6 months ago. Same video, just with the new subtitle in it.
Oh, did you go? Did you go look at it?
I did.
Do me a favor, send it to me in an email. I will look at it too, because
Okay.
I mean, there's an easy way to find out if shit's bullshit or not. You just run it to the AI and it'll tell you.
Why are people so desperate to get on these chats and say they have proof, and
They're
they
trolls.
won't come up and show any video or a link, and when they do, it's old footage of a remastered video that they've put a new subtitle on. But again, what's in their psyche for them to think that, hey, I live here and this is what's happening? Why would you even want to just lie and promote something that's false like that? And so I always have to look at motive. They want attention, or it's just, like one commenter said, well, if it scares the Venezuelan gangs out because they think the HAs are coming, well, that's a great tactic. It's a great movie called Wag the Dog. It's the same kind of scenario, you know.
Oh, that was a good one. Listen here. Can I get some fine white men out here? Though, that'd be nice if they did come. Oh, Lord. Well, I mean, you are there in Colorado. You probably just got a bunch of little old soy boys and stuff like that running right there around there, if that's where you're from. Oh, Lord. Trust me, you can put up what you want to put up. We'll go look at it, and we'll take
I
and
sent it.
we'll authenticate it. Yep, absolutely. I mean, and like I said, if somebody made the comment, I'm putting out fake information about the Hells Angels heading to Aurora, Colorado. You go read that again. It's a question mark, right? Question mark. What is this here? Shoshana in Texas. Can you pull that up? House bill preventing private paramilitary activity act of 2024. Well, see, here's the thing. This is the issue. This is the reason why I tell everybody you have to prepare yourself. You know, I'm not saying join any group. I mean, if you look at it, every group out there gets infiltrated anyway. You know, it doesn't matter what it is. It's going to get infiltrated either by the feds or someone else. Um, in reality, they're going to send in their minions to make it either look like a shit show or whatever.
Do it, 528. Do it.
What?
Go down
What was
there.
that?
45 minutes. I could drive up there tomorrow and video it. Go for it.
Oh yeah, go do it. Go to. Do we have the names of those apartment complexes that they supposedly went to? I want you to go knock on doors and find actual victims of this shit. Okay? Go if you're gonna go over there, I want to see real victims. I want you to go knock on doors like I saw those people from the police department do, and the police department is saying these people, they believe that what these people are saying, that they haven't seen anything going on at these apartment complexes.
It would only be a false flag, Matthew, if they actually showed up there.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't put out anything if they're all they're all, they're all laughing at everyone else in the TikTok and social media platforms that are making a big deal about it.
I can tell you right now, if I was an elite, right? If I was an elite or one of these feds or whatever, and I put out false information like that, and everybody was commenting on it and believing it, I'd be sitting there laughing my ass off at you.
Yep. They've been doing that for years, man.
Real gangs moving silent. Absolutely. I mean, number one, they probably that damn camera over there. As soon as they seen that ring door camera, they must not be a very good gang because you can clearly see those cameras on somebody's door. You know, I would have reached over there and maybe ripped it off the wall or had me a hammer or something and knocked it off there so I wouldn't seen, or had some spray paint I could spray it over the front of it. I mean, anything, piece of tape, whatever. So all my crew doesn't get seen, you know, and I definitely would not walk up that stairs with my face showing and everything else. Come
What
on.
about the white guy with the ball cap on the phone, just going up and down?
Yeah, walking back and forth on the phone.
Yeah, nope.
Yeah, I know.
Nobody showed any aggression toward him.
Yeah, I think that, well, no, actually, that guy looked a little bit more Hispanic to me. He looked Hispanic.
Here's the other thing, though, GW. If nothing's happened, let me play devil's advocate here. If nothing's happening, why would former President Trump say that in an interview? Did you see what's going on in Aurora, Colorado? Why would he say that?
Right. And like I said, that video, that one piece of video footage, can anybody prove to me the one we're talking about? That is even from Aurora, Colorado. That could be from New York. That could be from Chicago. That could be from California. You know? Or it could have been fucking staged. Period.
Right.
Just those could have been paid actors. They could have been told they could have been told, oh, we're doing some, they could have been fucking acting like they're filming some kind of movie, you know? You know what I'm saying? That they were like somebody paid them some money to play a role. Period.
Action.
Action. I mean, I'm be quite honest with you. Half the shit I see anymore. You know how they were talking about. You know how they were talking about. Oh, Gitmo and stuff that these individuals been unalive down there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm tell you right now. You could probably show me somebody getting put in front of firing line right now and do the unaliving, or even I don't give a shit if it was even stringing them up and all that other shit. I can tell you right now, I probably wouldn't be believe shit that I see on a damn video anymore. For the simple fact of the business, Hollywood is so good with their special effects and everything else. They could probably go out here tomorrow and just shoot a freaking civil war that it's broke out and put it all over the damn news, and everybody's gonna believe it. Everybody would be out there sharing it. Oh, such and such town went for civil war,
Well, they kind of already
and everybody.
they did that. GW. It's called the Ukraine War. They did that already. Because here's a fact. How come everybody the videos I've seen of Ukraine that they're building their infrastructure. You see these nightclubs open. People don't look like they're in the middle of a war zone, and yet all these people have cell phones, but not one video that I have seen with any kind of legitimacy has been shown. I've seen more with the so-called Israel Palestinian conflict than I've ever seen in Ukraine, but yet we poured out billions and billions of dollars to a country because they're supposedly fighting off the Ruskies, right? But yet we don't have video from people with their own cell phones putting it on their social media, telling us that everything that we're hearing in this country is legitimate.
Mm-hmm. Well, absolutely. I mean, come on, think about it. Why did that government? I mean, why did that governor Colorado sit up there and say, "Oh, I think this is everybody's imagination"?
Right.
Is he telling the truth?
You don't
You know what I'm
you
saying?
don't think that he would have sent the National Guard or the state police down there? That's his own private law enforcement is the state police. They work for the
Right.
governor. Why wouldn't he send the state
Mm-hmm.
police or the National Guard down there if there was such an issue?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I got questions here on all that. I mean, that's the whole point. That's what you got to do: is start asking questions. Just
Yeah. And I don't blame everybody in the chat, whether you agree or not with this Colorado thing or not. It's a shame because we're all being manipulated, right? And
right.
it's not GW's fault. It's not your fault for if you think opposite. It's just the fact that we're all being manipulated. And don't be
Absolutely.
pissed off at the host or be pissed off at yourselves. Just be pissed off at the bigger picture. What's the motive behind them wanting to stir up a story like this? What are they distracting you from? Like what's going on this weekend or this past 5 days that they're trying to keep a lid on, so you don't sit there and start advertising it all over social media. Now you're going to find out here because it always comes out a week or two later what had happened, but by then the damage is done. They're really good at covert sabotage, man. They just sit there and put out these stupid narratives and they get everybody to bite onto it. It's like going to bed at 10 o'clock on election night. You wake up and you figure out that the guy you thought won didn't win. It's all this manipulation that's been going on. So it's not your fault. It's not anybody else's fault. It's somebody, pulling the strings behind, above us, supposedly, that is doing this. And shame on them, man. But don't get sucked into it. Give it 72 hours to simmer a little bit. Don't just jump on it to be first,
Mm-hmm.
be the first one to post it because, it's just you'll get egg on your face if you do that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're absolutely right. I mean, I'll be quite honest with you. I've reposted a few things too. Like I said before, I got I got I got and I'm telling you right now, that shit pisses me off because I'll be doing something else and I'll see something and come across my feed. I'll look at it and I'm like, what the hell is this? And that's normally what I'll send it over to somebody else. I'm like, what the hell is this? They'll come back. Oh man, that came out a couple years ago. And I'd already reposted this shit, you know? And it's like, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. And
You gotta
it's funny, GW. It's like when when Trump comes out and says he wants to put an iron dome over the United States, my question is why? What perceived threats in the future do we have coming that he may be privy to? Because he does get those intelligence briefings. He was president last 4 years. So what intelligence has he received in the geopolitical spectrum that makes him believe that we need an iron dome over this nation, right? So the things that are going on and that we just kind of get sidetracked on, you know, Kamala Harris had a 1% approval rating when she was running for president in 2020. Okay, 1%. She all but called Joe Biden a racist right there on the stage, talking about the bus. I was that child on the bus. He picks her as VP. They've done nothing but damage. I did get into a little bit of a back and forth whether she was assigned the border czar title or not. She wasn't actually a quote assigned the border czar. She was in charge of the Northern Triangle. She met with Becerra and Alejandro Mayorkas with Joe Biden in the White House to come up with a strategic plan to go to the Northern Triangle to quote find the root causes, right, of this influx of migrants coming from these different countries to the Mexican border. She was in charge, along with Alejandro Mayorkas, in charge of the border, right? She wasn't, quote, called the border czar, and that is correct, but she was in charge of that. Presidents task their vice presidents to do certain tasks. That was her task. And then now you look at what our border has become. You look at what our cities have become. And here's this woman running, thinks that, wants to reinvent herself and distance herself far away from Joe Biden and act like she's just brand new on the scene, but yet she's still the current VP and is going to change everything. Now that she's reinvented herself, she's going to change everything. She's going to bring the cost down for the consumer, but yet she can do something right now as VP. She can walk her happy ass right into Joe Biden's office and say, we need to put up a border wall. Okay, let's do it. We need to bring down the cost of gas and food. This is all on her table that she can actively do. But now what gets me is how these people think that she's going to be the change maker. Look, I don't care if she's a woman or a man, just not that woman. She's already proven her, what she's capable of doing. She's not that bright. And I'm telling you right now, Trump isn't my golden calf, but he certainly is the person that's going to right this ship.
Well, here's the thing here. Let's get back over here on this deal for a minute. So somebody said, so you're saying most of this, somebody Texas 3 said, so you're saying most of this stuff is fake? Yes. Yes. The reason why we're saying this is look, think of this. A lot of people are making racist, and something they're going to say is racist remarks. Oh, these Venezuelan gang members, you're pointing at a certain, it'd be the same thing if you're saying these black people over here, or these white people over here, or these Mexicans over here, right? Are doing this, that, and the other, and we need to go up there, and bikers and all this stuff need to go up there and stuff like that, right? They're showing these people, or they're showing people that you're racist, right? That's what that they're going to twist this stuff around on us, showing that we're racist because we are against these illegal aliens, right? Okay. It'd be the same thing if somebody stood up here and said something bad about the black community, right? The black community, and it got caught on camera. You don't think somebody's going to go clip that or something, and it's going to be all over the place over there? Look at this racist white guy, right? I mean, we're literally proving the Democrats' point. When you're coming out and you're doing this, you're actually proving the Democrats right, because you're not looking at these certain individuals, just certain individuals, these gang members, right? You're saying Venezuelan gang members. You don't know if they're Venezuelan. Who told you that they're Venezuelan? Who verified that they were Venezuelan? Who went and did the DNA test on them and said they were Venezuelan? You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're literally proving the Democrats' point with the comments and the words that are coming out of our mouths, that and they're using that as ammunition against us. Then if we go up there, right, looking for trouble, then they can sit there and say, "Oh, well, these racist people are coming up here to attack some immigrants." You know what I'm saying? It's almost kind of like what I see that's happening, because nobody's been able to prove to me those guys in that film was Venezuelan. You can't. I mean, or anything. A renter in that. Okay, a renter in that building gave an interview on the news. She said that. Okay, so she couldn't be a paid actor. How did she know they were Venezuelan? Big, yeah, the blue tactics to not focus on big picture. A renter in that building gave an interview. Okay, you got the link to that interview because you saw it on the news. I've seen some stuff where the news have said stuff about this as well,
Yeah,
which I would find.
weapons of mass
Which,
destruction. We saw that on the news during the lead up to the Iraq War, didn't we, GW?
yeah, weapons of mass destruction. We saw that on the war on the news too, and politicians pushing that and everything else.
Yeah. Colin Powell
So
got up
come
there
on,
and
let's
lied.
see, like this John Mack guy right there. You're making racist comments. Those are racist comments. Point blank. I mean, this is the whole point. We are being tested. We're being tested to see what we're going to do. Right? They're poking the bear. Absolutely, Bobby. And that's right here. Right here. That's a good point. And here's the thing. These people that you're calling illegals, um, are they? Are they illegal? Because the government is allowing them to come in. The government is paying for them and giving them benefits. So supposedly the government wouldn't be giving them benefits and shit if they were illegal. I mean, you understand what I'm saying, Punisher?
I do, but
If
we do have laws on the books, but you have to come through a port of entry. But when you come across, a non-port of entry, and then you're being subsidized by tax dollars in the amount of about 20,000 per each citizen in this country per year, you kind of have to look at that, and you gotta ask yourself, is it sustainable? If these people were to come across legally and go through the proper channels and be productive citizens of this country, they in turn would contribute to this country. I'm talking 30, 40 years ago, when, well, I won't go that far, 35 years ago, when I used to go to Mexico a lot of these people would work on work visas over here. A lot of them that I known in the industries when I worked in landscape when I was younger, they would send most of their paycheck, just enough to get by and for food and housing while they were here, but send all of the money back to Mexico because they were building their homes. They were building their homes in Mexico, and they were using what they made over here in the States to do that. That's fine. However, if you're not paying proper taxes and you have employers that are paying them less than because they are illegal, there again is a situation, right? Knowingly and purposefully taking advantage of human beings because you have the overall hammer that will come down and say, well, I'll report you, or you won't be here, you'll be deported. So they in a sense live in fear as well, right? Now I'm just
Well,
talking. I'm just talking about your hardworking man or woman. I'm not talking about your gang members. I'm not talking about the people that do heinous things. I'm talking about just your average hardworking man or woman that wants to make a better
well,
life for them.
well,
Go ahead.
I want to answer a couple questions over here. Okay, illegal aliens and Black Laws Dictionary and all this other stuff. Blah 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 blah. Right. So here's and I have read the Constitution. Okay. But the reality of it is, when you're talking about some people in another country, okay, number one, and there is that concept of knowing, right? Knowingly committing a crime, okay? If you're talking about people that speak a different language than ours, they don't know what our laws are. They're getting recruited down there in their countries, and then they're being brought up here to. Nobody listened to what I said. Being brought into those points and crossing the border, and then our government and their NGOs are picking them up, bringing them into the country, setting them up with the benefits. I'm not saying that it's not illegal, but do the individuals that are coming over here that have been invited here, and even paid to come here, know that they're doing anything illegal?
No, they don't.
And that's what I'm getting. That's what I'm trying to get at. A lot of these people get to their head. They may not even realize what the hell's going on. And a lot of these individuals, like that video that I played earlier, are being trafficked into this country. And what he's talking about, where they're getting paid to lower wage and threatened, I'll tell you right now, I've worked construction a long time, more especially down here in Texas. And I've seen a lot of people that are over here that that come across the border, they get a job, they're not making as much money as anybody else. Okay. And people talk shit about them because there's like 15 of them living in one house, right?
Yep.
Family. They come over and they live in a family, but I'll tell you right now, I'd be quite honest with you, that I think they're a little bit smarter than us when it comes down to shit like that. But the reality of it is here that they come over here and they work, and they're working for less money. And I've seen individuals threaten them. Well, you're going to take what you get, or you can go back to Mexico. I'll just call ICE on you and have you deported. So the guys got to do that. I mean, literally, the concept, they're being used for slave labor.
Right.
I mean, being brought in and given these jobs to these corporations, but you want to attack them. You want to attack them and disparage them, other human beings, when it's the corporations and the government that is allowing the bullshit. Period. That's the reason why the government hasn't fixed the laws yet, because they're using them for their benefit. The corporations are not making these laws be passed because they're using them for their benefit. Period.
Correct. Now, if you are over here, like Trump says, and you came out of a prison or an insane asylum, and you're doing heinous things, yeah, well, you need to pay. You need to pay for that. I don't.
Yeah.
I do not believe that we should just deport them when they've committed capital murder or something like that. No, you hold them and they do prison time, and then upon release you can deport them. And yes, I understand it's going to be a burden on the taxpayer to put them in a prison here in America, but what's the alternative? You deport them, they get back touchdown in their country, they come right back and do it again. It's already been proven. So no, I monsters need to be put in prison if they do heinous acts.
Absolutely. And I agree with that. I agree with that. But I also believe, okay, at one point in time, most of our people were immigrants over here, you know?
Yes.
I mean, I actually have some uh, Indian in my side of the family, but in the beginning, guess what? We were pretty much all immigrants. Most of us, or our families, or parts of our family, somewhere, sometime or another, somewhere in our family, you got some damn immigrants in it that come to this country. Period.
But
So don't sit up here holier than now. And maybe some of your people didn't come here legally. They didn't have the same immigration laws and shit like that back in the day when first people did the people on the Mayflower, did the Indians fucking have a fucking immigration at the goddamn ocean when Columbus pulled up? No. Okay. When the Mayflower fucking pulled up over there on Plymouth Rock, was an Indian standing there? Was fucking ICE standing there? Was fucking Homeland Security standing there? It should have been. Them fucking Indians should have been shooting them motherfuckers when they got out the boat, from what I understand. You know?
right. Yeah.
I mean, come on, guys. Fucking stop with the goddamn stupid nonsense and let's start having a little bit of humanity about ourselves and understand that these people are being fucking human trafficked, most of them, and being fucking used and abused. Okay, we all are. You're all in the same goddamn boat. You've been on a fucking open plantation for the last fucking 200 years.
That's right.
You pay taxes. You're a fucking slave. Go try to do something wrong. Try to run. Unless you go to an extraditable state or country like that, they gonna come after their slave. They're gonna extradite your ass back here. Period. I mean, facts, people. What's up, ZZ Top? I've been called Santa Claus tonight. Now I'm getting called ZZ Top. What else you gonna call me, huh? That would be Puerto Rico where Columbus landed. I don't know. I guess the history that I learned that he landed on some Plymouth Rock and it was the Americas. He discovered the Americas, the caravan. So you're going to tell me that these people walked that whole way? I remember seeing some buses carrying them. I remember seeing other things carrying them and everything else. They might have got out and walked maybe a mile down the road to the next location to where they were going to hop the next bus or something. But they didn't walk all the way.
Some of these people were in flip flops. You're going to tell me they walked 1,000 or more miles or 2,000 miles in flip flops, depending on where they came from? I don't think so. You also have the Biden administration flying them in to different states. You have them being brought in on airplanes in Texas and crossing the border in Texas and then being bussed out.
Hey, go out there and do a little bit more research. You know that most of these people that are over here working is they only got a couple of social securities numbers they're working for and paying taxes. Taxes are being withdrawn from one social security number
Yeah.
and being paid in the United States government.
Right.
You know, taken out of their wages, right? Do you think these people are going to be able to file for fucking tax return? No. I got to see one video. I can't remember what it was, but there was somebody was talking about that there's over like 1 million people out there working off of one social security number or some kind of shit.
Where are the 86,000 missing kids there, Christy? Where are the 86,000 missing kids? That was reported. That's not some social media platform TikTokers saying it. Alejandro Mayorkas was asked in front of Congress,
Yep.
where
He said
are the missing children? The
they can't find
86,000.
them.
Where were those kids? That's called trafficking, Christy. That's called
Are
trafficking.
you saying there's no women? I guess you know you're one of those that don't believe that women aren't getting human trafficked, huh? Or are you one of them that's covering that stuff up?
She's probably
Are
with
you one of the?
she's probably with
Sounds like
Catholic
that's a
Services.
gatekeeper.
Hey,
That
GW.
sounds like
She
that sounds like a gatekeeper right there to me, right?
Yeah, she probably works for Catholic Services. They're guilty as hell.
Mhm. People make comments like that, make me think that they're involved in stuff like that. I'll be quite honest with you. People that actually try to disprove, sit there and try to disprove that shit, and say stuff like that, literally make me believe that they're involved in it. Because I can tell you right now, matter of fact, we pulled it up. There was an Alabama fucking highway patrol, and 10 others in Alabama just got arrested for human trafficking.
You can go to Rabbit Hole on TikTok, and that's all he posts is all these arrests that are happening with people that are trafficking human beings.
I just played a video up here. Here, I'm gonna play. I can play the video again where they are having to pay these cartel people and these coyotes that are bringing them over here $30,000, or then they're just kind of like doing some kind of a contract with them, and literally like the guy says, their family. And I've had a friend that had a restaurant here told me he cannot go back to Mexico. Period. Or the cartel will freaking kidnap his ass and then hold him hostage and make his family pay all the money. He had to sneak his family out of Mexico for the simple fact of the business that if the cartel finds out that he has money, he has a business over here, they will have somebody sitting on his family, and then he's going to have to pay them every month to keep them from unaliving their family. Period. You're one of those people can't handle people disagreeing with you. That says how small-minded you are. I'm not small-minded, but I'm not stupid either. Sounds like you're the one who's small-minded, the one that's not out there doing the research.
Nah, Christy believes in unicorns, man. Let her have her ignorant bliss, man. It's all good. She's entitled to her ignorance.
Okay, name some other issues that you want to talk about. Come on. Bring something up here. We'll talk about it. Probably have a little information on it. I know there's a lot of issues. I didn't say Abbott was a coyote. I'm talking about before they get over the border. What the hell does that even mean? You look like a One Piece character, real life white beard. Okay, I don't even know what that damn means. Damubu, you're hooked already, huh? What else you got, Punisher? I mean,
As far as this topic goes, I think I'm pretty much convinced that we have just a lot of people out there that have not done a modicum of research and have just kind of gone along with the narrative, my friend.
mm-hmm.
Because I mean, you look at, I mean, you just look at your sanctuary states, sanctuary cities. Why would Chicago, why would the mayor of Chicago say he cannot no longer he can no longer fund and New York can no longer fund the increase of the migrants that are flooding into Chicago? They can't fund them anymore. So what does he do? Well, you shouldn't have damn made your city a sanctuary city. One, you shouldn't have placated to giving them the taxpayers, hard earned money to them by subsidizing them. And then when you turn the faucet off, and then they're out there and they're in your state, they're in your city, and then they are hungry, they got families to feed. What do you think? Human nature. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to start taking from others, right? And so you just kind of set up a little nicely packaged time bomb for crime. And you wonder, Chicago's already crime ridden. Now you exasperated that to include the migrants, and then what they're going to do. I mean, I don't know, man. It seems to me like it's a planned demolition.
And here's my outlook is, everybody bitching about these people anyways. I mean, like I said, I believe that anybody that wants to come here for good reasons, to get a job, to better their life, I'm for it. Because I've worked in construction in Texas in the damn heat. I've worked with people, Mexican guys and everything else out there. I'm talking about fucking like 110 degrees outside, and I'm driving concrete mixers, and these poor old boys have been over in that damn hot ass mud, spreading that mud and doing all that work and everything. And most of these guys, you know, yeah, they're gonna go throw down some beers after work. They're going to sit down. They're going to have their tacos, and they might play their music a little bit loud. That don't bother me at all. I have more. I'll be quite honest with you. I have more respect for those guys right there than I have for most of the people that's sitting around on welfare in my country.
Yep.
Okay, and are not working. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I see a lot of people talking a lot of shit, and probably, I mean, most of them don't even work. Most of them don't even work.
See, I agree with you, but it has to be through a proper port of entry because these people, no matter what, have to be vetted to
Oh, I agree.
to make sure we're not letting over murderers and things of that nature. Because if you look at the country like Hungary. Hungary doesn't have crime; they have clean streets, right? And people are going to say, "Well, they're racist. They don't allow anybody over there." No, they saw what happened in the European countries. They saw what happened in Germany. They saw what happened in England. They saw this, and they're like, "Holy crap, man! You got these people like just unaliving people in the
So
subways."
here's the point, though, right? But here is the point again. I understand what you're saying. You are 100% right. We have a military, right, to protect our border. We have a government that is supposed to be protecting our border. Our own government is allowing them
Yes.
to do this. Period. Point blank. Full stop. End of fucking story. And then they're fucking letting them come in and sending them across the country. If you didn't want, it's the government, not those people. It's the government that's allowing it. Period.
Yes. 100%. But with
Facts are
those people that have good intentions, you're going to have an undesirable element that's also attached with them, right? That undesirable element is what's going to cause the chaos coming up here before this election.
And who's allowing them to come across the border?
The government and the corporations and the NGOs that are getting funding.
Absolutely. Facts. Because if the government, I can tell you right now, if our government didn't want nobody coming across that border, if our government didn't want no one coming across that border, really, okay, there would not be anybody coming across that border.
That's right.
Period.
That's right.
That's just the facts of it.
Yes, sir.
I mean, we have the technology to pick somebody out of a crowd in the middle of a crowd over one of these markets in the Middle East, or even in our own damn country. You know, you can't tell me we ain't got the technology over there to recognize when somebody's coming across over there and have the equipment and people along that border. I mean, for God's sake, we're paying people right now that are allowing them, loading them up on the freaking buses and letting them come in the damn thing anyways. They're already catching them coming across the damn border.
I find it interesting though, with all of these people that came across the border and starting in, mainly in 2020, 2021, just, as the last administration was supposedly leaving, that they didn't demand that they get vaccinated.
I know. And everybody gotta wear a mask. We gotta stand 6 feet apart. We gotta get these things in our arms to protect us.
Yeah.
But we're not worried about them. That'll tell you right there. That was a big red flag for me right from the get go.
It sounds like a replacement to me.
Oh yeah. I mean, and that's what this is all about, And we go back to this deal with the thing going on in Colorado. I haven't seen any legitimate evidence of any crimes that have been committed yet. All I've heard is hearsay. I've seen this video, but be quite honest with you, where I'm at anymore, like I said earlier, I'm more or less, I don't give a shit what the fuck I see, anymore, unless Texas took the video or somebody else took the video, somebody that I absolutely knew that took the video that I can trust or I can back up. I mean, you see a lot of this floating around everywhere, right? All over the place where people, and I mean, they're doing it every freaking, people put fake alien shit out there. People put made up shit out there. People are putting the AI shit out there.
Right.
And it's getting down to that point. Like I told somebody here, I think it was Texas, I said, I don't give a shit if I saw people down in Gitmo being unalived or whatever, strung up or whatever, until the only way I would believe it is if I was the one that walked up there and actually, pulled the trigger or the thing and put the thing around their neck and actually stood there and watched it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the only way I'm gonna believe it because there's just too much Hollywood shit out there. Hell, you know what? I'll tell you all a funny one. Matter of fact, let me see if I can get it. I'll let you do something there for a minute and you can talk for a minute. See if I've actually got it on my computer. I played something here a while back. I posted it, and everybody thought, that's it. When did this happen? Where's this at? I don't know if I got it up here anymore or not. Because people actually thought it was real. No, that ain't it. No, it ain't in that file. I think I got it somewhere else. I changed
Which one are you
computers.
talking about?
But what I was going to pull up, huh?
Which one are you talking about?
So basically, there was a person in their car. They're about to make a left turn. You can hear their blinker doing everything else. And there's an image of the moon up there, right? There's an image of the moon up there, and you see something that looks like an asteroid or something like that hurling across the sky, slams into it, goes through it, okay, goes through it and blows up. And then you start hearing freaking alarms go off, and everybody thought it was real.
Was that the one out of Kansas, Texas, recently?
I believe so. Hang on, let me see if I can find it.
What? What are you talking about?
Well, somebody came across the streams regarding they called it a fireball coming down in Kansas.
Mm-hmm. Hang on. I got one. Let me find it real quick. I got one, Tom. You haven't seen this one yet. I haven't shown
it. Look what she said.
Wow. He's an ordained minister, so I mean, I think he does believe in the Bible.
What? Oh, that's G-Gab.
Yeah, Operation High Jump is
I believe. Let's put it this way: I believe more in the Bible than I do a damn video that I see on down TikTok or YouTube. Or hey, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you a little secret. What y'all are watching right now is an illusion. Okay? We're not really here. You're not really watching us right now. I'm gonna be an asshole. Oh Lord. I mean that's the whole thing. What other people put out. I had somebody, man, UFOs are real. UFOs are real. I've seen them. I've seen them. Where'd you see it at? Oh, on this video this guy posted. Oh, really? But you didn't see him. Oh no, I saw him. I was like, oh, you saw him personally? Yeah, I saw him. I saw him. Where? On this video. So you didn't actually physically in person see them. Well, no. I saw them on the video. He's like, oh, we're watching you all right. I mean, this is the freaking deal. It's kind of like I don't know, like the whole NASA shit, landing on the moon. I don't know. I wasn't there. I didn't see it. You know, I don't know. I mean, I've seen a lot of evidence that shows that was fake.
Well,
Then I start thinking about shit logically. I think about this. What year was that they went to the moon? And I'm sitting
69.
here thinking about the mileage. Okay, it's like 200. I can't remember how many damn miles. Like over 200 something thousand miles. I don't know. God dog, man. And I know they shot off a lot of that fuel and shit when they fucking left. And supposedly they did that shit like what uh what was it? How long did it take them to go to the moon? I don't talk out my ass here. Okay, I'm gonna look this up. Distance to the moon. It's 238,900 miles. Okay. How many days did it take the astronauts to reach the moon? The Apollo 11 mission took 4 days, 6 hours, and 45 minutes. Okay. So if you calculate that out in hours, how fast were they fucking moving? Okay. And being how the fuel economy today is pretty much worse than it was back in like the 90s. I mean, we had cars that was getting better gas mileage in the 90s that are getting it today. And well, it ain't the point of 400 Ks on an original engine or nothing like that. But where did they get the fuel? Where did they? They're in a void of, and that's the other thing. The void of space. Void. Void means nothing. There's nothing there.
How did they get past the Van Allen belt? Because at the lowest temperature, it's 3,000 Kelvin. How did they get past that? I mean, I don't know what metal melts at. Well, kind of I do. But my point is, how did they get past the Van Allen belt? Because they would have surely
Metal
fried.
melts at what, 2,600 degrees or something like that?
It's hotter. It's hot enough to melt any kind of metal that would pass through it.
Yeah, exactly. 35,000. Do you realize how many freaking G's that is? 35,000 miles per hour. If you telling me Star Wars was real or Star Trek or whatever it was with warp speed or some kind of shit, you know? I'm trying to some lawn chairs. That's what the damn little thing looked like, with a fucking lawn chair with some foil paper on it. So my outlook is this, you know, I'm going, no. That shit was too fucking cheesy. That shit they showing, that's too damn cheesy.
If Neil
I don't
Armstrong,
believe
if Neil Armstrong was the first man to take a step, who the hell was filming him at the time he took the step? Who the hell filmed the craft, the module taking off from the moon? How was it that Nixon was on a rotary phone talking to the astronauts when a picture of Earth was hanging to his right? How did that happen? It's supposed to be the first time.
I mean, 15,000 miles per hour. Now we got to argue how many miles per hour it was. But here's the thing: they had enough fuel to go that distance, right? They had enough fuel to go that distance and come back.
Well, if you want to believe the narrative, all it takes is once a body is in motion, it stays in motion. I mean, if they can bump that and they head toward that trajectory, they don't need fuel to all the way there. Let's give the normies that. But taking off, and here's another one. Look at some of the footage of that so-called little lunar module, that little rover there they had with with the lawn chair.
Yeah, where in the hell did that come from?
Well, they built it. GW. Come on. Listen, if you look at that and you look at the dirt, the moon dirt that they kicking up, watch how fast that moon dirt falls back down. Now, if we're supposed to believe that the moon's gravity is really not that doesn't have that pull, why does the dirt fall back down at the same rate it would fall back down on Earth? Just take a look at it. That dust would be going up in the air, kind of going, like a vapor cloud, kind of just stringing along. But no, that little rover, man, that thing kicked up dirt when it was hauling butt. But look at the rate of fall on it, and people still want to believe that that's real.
Well, I mean, there's all kinds of things we can point at, and I'm trying to figure out who was holding the camera when the thing landed and when it took off. Either they left somebody behind.
Yep.
Who's the cameraman that was holding the camera when they landed?
He might have been on a bungee rope, and just kind of sucked his ass up to
Might have
that
been
module or
bungee rope.
something. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Maybe he jumped out and floated down before they landed it or something. I
Yeah.
don't know.
And another one is when they asked the NASA scientists, like, why can't we go back? I mean, well, all of that technology we got rid of. Why would you get rid of that technology? Why would that technology not be in the Smithsonian somewhere? I mean, you just got rid of it. Why? Because you're fake.
Right.
Because
I saw that.
all your crap is done in a large pool, but you can see air
Oh,
bubbles.
absolutely.
You can actually see air bubbles coming from their suits.
Well, absolutely. And that's the whole thing here. We've been lied to, manipulated, used, screwed over, everything for so long. I don't know. I'm tired of it. I'm definitely tired of it. I want to see all these individuals in the government gone. You know, I mean, I know we have to have something in place. Actually, you know what? Just thought of something. If we didn't have any governments at all anywhere around the world, um, you think everybody would get along a lot better?
I think so.
Because in reality, for the most part, the only individuals that really start any shit, I mean, you're not going to another country starting shit. I'm not going to another country starting shit. It's usually the governments and the fucking these so-called leaders and elites and shit like that that's doing stuff. You know, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why we got to do this government thing.
Well, I've got another engagement I have to be at here in 4 minutes. GW, it's been awesome. I appreciate the topics tonight, and thank you, chat, for engaging with me tonight. I appreciate it.
Yep.
We will definitely see you on the flip side, my man.
Well, we had, I think at one time, I think we got all the way up to 1,600 viewers
Wow.
at one point. It was going pretty good, but hopefully we got the message out there and people will start looking at this, a lot of this stuff with a little bit more discernment,
Yes.
you know, and comment on it. If you know that's fake shit, let them know. Let them know. I mean, it's time for us. These individuals that faking. I mean, it's the same thing. Reality, guys. If you saw me post something that was not real, okay, and you could prove it to me that it wasn't real, I would want you to tell me, right? Because I wouldn't want to mislead anybody, right? And that's the truth of the fact here. I want to be as honest as I can when I'm putting out information. Now, there's stuff out there I can't make, some all I can't process all of it, but the reality of it is we've got to and come together and try to, you know, in some senses, hold each other accountable, right? For what we're doing and saying. And what I'm saying is, you don't have to be a fucking asshole about it, but, come and say, hey, Tom, this over here, you shared this. Hey, man, look at this. Look, this is what it's from. And then I'll go over there and investigate it, right? I want to be let known if I'm putting out false shit.
Yeah, I want to say
Uh,
I want to say one thing before I go. Hey, Brad, comments like that, bro, you can take that racist ass somewhere else. Okay.
what do you say? Who is this?
You scroll down a little bit, about 6 or 7 of them. GW, take that racist shit somewhere else.
Brad. Oh yeah, you're gone, dude. You're fucking gone. That That right there will not be tolerated at all. Hey, Black Smoke Motors. Anyways, Punisher, I appreciate you coming by here, brother.
For sure, man. Yep.
Anybody else? Anybody else got any real quick question for him before he leaves? Make it quick. Going, going, gone.
All right,
All right,
TW. God bless you, brother. Have a good night.
all right. Bye.
Bye.
So, who are you talking about? Who are everybody talking about? Someone being an ass? Oh, they literally made some really racist, derogatory comments up there. They're gone. I gave them the sledgehammer. Surprised one of my mods didn't smack that shit down real quick. And right there, and that's all I want is the facts. I'm tired of being lied to. I'm tired of our government. Oh well, y'all can't handle this stuff, trying to hide stuff from us and everything else. Um, thank you, Kimmy. Um, I'm tired of it. And I know a lot of us is tired. We're tired. We're out. And I mean, you know, it ain't about how many followers you got. It should be about that. And that's the other thing, to be careful who you follow. Um, I mean, I've seen so many of these videos, and the only thing, and the problem was the standpoint that people were, some of the ways they were putting things to push them to go up there and do something violent, right? Like they're egging something on, okay? And the problem is, we need social media to be able to communicate with one another. When something happens for real, we need to be able to know that something is happening for real and be able to use our discernment quickly to get a message out. But this little boy cried wolf bullshit all the time is getting old, you know. Oh, I know it would, Texas. You know it would. And there's a lot of paid influence out. There's a lot of people getting paid out here. I know that they've hidden stuff from us. Right. Well, hell, all the stuff about the Kennedy assassination, we hadn't got that either. All the truth about the 9/11. Your young black male, what do you think is the resolution? The resolution is, um, been saying it for a while. We have to do a repeat of what our forefathers did. Okay, and that's somehow or another, um, do things by the Constitution. Absolutely, it's done to discredit people. But we have to do things by the Constitution and legally and lawfully, or we're no better than they are. And do our recalls. We got to start at our county level, our cities, and get the corrupt individuals out. Get you first off. I mean, I'm gonna be quite honest with you. The first person I would get out would be a corrupt sheriff, and put someone you can trust that's going to honor their oath to the Constitution and not be bought out. And then, I mean, shit, hell, if I was a sheriff over here right now, basically, and if I felt like this system was corrupt, I already know it's corrupt. It's not even fucking. It's a fucking corporation. It's a fraud. Okay, it's literally fraud. I would probably deputize everybody in my damn county and we'd go over here and we'd go investigate everything. We'd shut that down, just have new elections and put people in charge uh, that are going to honor their oath. Period. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the government, the corporate United States was created in 1925, or so that's what it says on the internet. I believe it actually started back in 1871. So my reality of it is that when our last president of truly of our republic was Lincoln, he was assassinated. They usurped our republic form of government and started laying the groundwork for the corporation. And the whole thing has been a lie this whole time. And all these individuals are just paid actors, technically. They're not working for us. They're not truly working for us. They're working for their own benefit. And I hate to say it, that's the police departments and everything else. That's the police departments, I don't know if I'd go so far as say the fire departments, but I've seen some corrupt shit going on in some of the fire departments. Absolutely, Kimmy. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I mean, we're literally do not have a government. We have a corporation posing as a government. It's been a lie. So if it's been a lie the whole time, then that is fraud. And anything done fraudulently is null and void. You love firemen. I mean, I do believe that we need to all learn how to protect ourselves. Women, you need to learn how to protect yourselves. Frontier justice. I can tell you right now, I'm almost at the point that I think everybody should be able to just start wearing a pew pew on their hip again. Because I think a dangerous society is a polite society. You know, to be quite honest with you. I mean, back in the old days, remember when cowboys used to do it? Howdy, man. How you doing? People used to talk to people with respect. Yes, sir. No, sir. But everybody has went to this direction of fuck you, fuck that, fuck this, fuck everything. You know, sometimes I feel that way. But I mean, might do a little bit more research. I know, you know, that town up there in Michigan. I can't remember what the name of it. Did you know that that town actually fired their city council and changed the locks on them? And I do believe they had the sheriff go and help them. But so we've been live for about 3 hours and 40 minutes now. I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to start winding this down. Anyone have any more questions? Absolutely. Any more questions before we go to? But I want to appreciate. I want to say I appreciate everybody that came by to watch tonight. Shit, at one point, I believe we got up to like 1,600 viewers. Put it in your backpack. Just don't take it out in the classroom. The teacher might confiscate it. You Pokemon. Oh, Lord. Right? Oh, y'all funny. Well, hopefully you subscribe. We might be doing a little bit more of these. Yeah, I see your comment. Did I miss something? Oath Keeper's backpedaling. No problem, Roy. Thank y'all for coming. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the guest tonight. Um, but if everybody don't mind, I'm gonna go ahead and like the X channel. All right, brother. Well, we're trying. Duncan fella. I get. I bet you are. Hey, yeah. Christian Broadcast Network. Well, I definitely don't believe them. They probably saw what everybody else has been posting and believed it. Some deer. Oh, it's getting close. Next October 1st, I think. Hell's Angels. Yeah, well, that's probably about all you're gonna get is Hell's Angels because I don't think no bikers are gonna show up. Well, Michael, the thing is right now, if you go and try to do something yourself as far as stepping out, you know, stepping out, it's kind of like down here how you can protect yourself, right? Somebody comes into your house, you can protect yourself. But if you go out into your yard, you know, that's where you get in that gray area where that DA can nail you. If you go out there looking for the danger, there's one thing because you know you got to do this bullshit. Oh, I was afraid for my life, right? I was in fear of my life. Some kind of bullshit like that, right? But if you actively go out of your house and go out looking for the problem, then they can nail your ass because they're saying, well, you weren't afraid. You must not have been that afraid because you went looking for the problem, right? It's all about defense, 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 guys. Did you have something else, Texas?
No, sir. Jennifer said you were alone, so I jumped back on.
Huh?
Juniper said you were alone up here, so I thought I'd just jump back on here so you weren't alone.
Oh. I was just sitting here seeing what everybody's saying. But anyways, do I think what was true? Or do I think this is true? I mean, and that's the whole point, you know. Like I said, defense, defense. Our forefathers, right? The British are coming. The British are coming. If we go out and we try to attack, then they get to use shit against us, even our own damn military. Okay, because then you're being hostile. Then they have to follow orders. If you're not in hostilities, then you know they have a right to disobey a direct order. Does that make sense? And I guess what I'm saying, do not make the military have to fucking do stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Because technically, under the Constitution, you have a right to defend yourself. That's what that Second Amendment's there for. No, just not hunting, but defense. But if you go out there looking for a fight and you are presumed hostile, and we are given an order to disarm you or to take you in, and if you want to act stupid, then we have no choice but to do whatever. But we can't come to your door and knock on your door and tell you to give us your weapon. Okay? that would be unconstitutional. So that would be an unlawful order where we would, if we had any proofs about us, then we would not, if we honored our oath, then we would have to disobey an unlawful order because that would be an unlawful order. Period. So those are things that you need to realize. If you're going out there as the aggressor, you're not in that defensive mode, and you have basically, I guess you would say, no defense. Does that make sense? A little late for that, sir. Remember the safe and effective, you know what, military was first in line to line up. What's that about? Are you talking about them taking the sheriff in your county is not constitutional? Well, get with your people in your county and see if you can fire their asses. Hold a new election, put him on notice that you're going to be holding a new election on such and such date, 30 days, and bye bye, see you later. If he's not honoring his oath. Texas, can you throw that bonds for the win link in there for everybody? Texas.
I'll put it in there.
She's going to drop y'all a link with a little bit of information as far as bonds for the win. So these public officials are supposed to have bonds anyways. If he's not, if you've put him on notice to honor his oath and you know he's corrupt and you've got evidence, you can do an affidavit of fact, right? You can do an affidavit, and then there's ways to go about it. You try to gather the troops, but they ridicule you, huh? Where do you live at? Maybe you need to move to a damn neighborhood if you got a bunch of idiots who are living around you. Just saying. Well, I don't know. All I know, right at the moment, I got to get up off here. Um, we'll do another live. Make sure you ring that bell, subscribe, hit me up over there on X. We'll share it out there next time. We had a pretty good show tonight. Shit, we've been staying above 200 for a while. We're 290 right now. And see, I'm not over here for donations. I'm not here for money or any of that crap. I'm just here because I'm tired of the bullshit, like most of you guys are. I know you are. I know you are. You wouldn't be here watching. But I'm gonna hop off here. I'll talk to y'all later. You gonna stay on for the till the end here? All right.
Yeah,
Good night,
here we
everybody.
go.